What's up, gamers all across the world? We have a very interesting game for you today. We've already seen one wild, wacky affair where Heat did come out on top over Mouse NXT, and now we have the Romanians versus the Poles. AGO versus Nexus in a similar fashion. Whoever loses is eliminated, and whoever wins this is going to go through to playoffs. Nexus already making their first debut in the playoffs very recently over in Northern Europe, and AGO coming through from the closed qualifiers in their new organization are going to look and try and do what they have done in the past. But firstly, Ryan, how are we?
All right, man. I'm into the second energy drink now.
Oh, that's dangerous. That's
yeah, it is.
no sleeps for you. No
Nah,
sleeping for you
it's
tonight.
Okay. I got a couple of days off now, so like go hard today. It's go hard today. Enjoy. Stay up till the gamer hours playing. I don't know, Counter-Strike probably. I don't know. And then
Demon hours.
head to bed late. Yeah, watch some more CS tomorrow. That's the plan, man. I need the lion. So the later I go to sleep, the later I wake up. So
like that.
The strategy, life's good. Anyway, let's talk about Counter-Strike Global Offensive. The game that everybody loves. It is AGO versus Nexus, another 2-2 game, of course. Let's go straight into the rosters, right? Let's not dilly-dally about. As you can see, we're bringing up the AGO graphic. Yeah, as you can see, who the hell is that guy in the middle? That's not Axeco. Axeco is playing though. Obviously, he played on AGO sort of mid to late last year. You obviously got the usual suspects: Azran, Darcheville, Enzo, Tomiko. Long nickname across the board for Ninjas in Pajamas. You seeing that, man? Long nickname. He's returned. Who's that guy? I don't know. Anyway, as you can see on
What's
screen,
happening?
It is of course AGO, the players you know and love. It's just Axeco in the middle that you're looking for. Obviously, we can talk about the flip side as well. The old Nexus boys. It's the Poles against the Romanians. It's Raga, BTN, Smek, Adam S, Modo. One thing that these guys have in common, Freddie, is that they are on the up right now. Obviously, AGO playing with a stand-in, it's not pretty, but they've kind of made the jump. I think they made the change not too long ago, right? Like this new roster they brought in
for the organization, or
no. The Los Coyotes pickup happened in 28th of Feb, I think, or like the 1st of March.
very recent.
It was really recent, and since then they've been on the up for sure. And the same could be said with Nexus, although they didn't get picked up as of recent. This roster's kind of been fluctuating outside of the top 100 for goodness knows how long, right? And now, finally, for the core, we're starting to see some progression. They're into the top 60 in the world. And obviously, the Romanian boys are one step away from playoffs, which I do believe would be the first time in a little while we see Nexus through to a playoff stage.
Wait, sorry, was that it'd be the second time because they made just recently the Northern Europe.
North Europe. Sorry, yeah, I meant for the region specifically. Yeah, this.
Yeah.
But for West Europe specifically, this would be the first time they make playoffs. Second time in CCT.
It would be, and even for Los Cagudos, they definitely dipped in their form recently. These guys, when they first got formed, like Los Cagudos at the end of last year, they were looking really impressive, to be honest. And they had the likes of Krasnow, who's now playing on Monte, and they had some really good performances. However, it felt like coming into this year, they have dropped off momentarily. They were just losing series after series after series. And I saw a little meme on Out of Context Polish CS. And it was like, as soon as they got picked up by AGO, it was just wham, bam, bam, win after win. And however, that all came crashing down because they're in this position right now. They went 2-0 in the group stage, literally the opposite to what we see from Heat or Mouse NXT. And now that they lost to Spirit Academy, they lost to Endpoint, and now they're going to be playing up against Nexus to see if they have a final chance of making it through to the playoffs. So I'm really excited. This is a team I love to always watch, and I haven't seen them in a while. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I think we can just talk straight to the veto as well, Freddie. Let's not beat around the bush here. Before we bring it up, though, I would like to have a little chat about it. So, Nexus obviously play all 7 maps. By far, the worst is Anubis, right? Like, they played it 4 times. They haven't won a single one. AGO don't play Inferno. So, I'm guessing Inferno ban, Nexus might consider, I don't know actually.
I think they might.
They might consider the Anubis ban. It makes the most sense just because they yet to score in it, and AGO might look to punish because they played it a lot more times. Safety net would be for Nexus, obviously the pick of Mirage, just even though it's similar win rates, they love playing a bit of Mirage. Maybe they think about Nuke as well. AGO probably want to send it into probably Vertigo, right? Like, I don't think there's any other map that screams pick me more than Vertigo. Decider, I think honestly it could be Nuke as well. I don't see Nexus banning out. It's indeed Vertigo,
Oh,
but it's
wow,
Ancient
we were so
Nuke
wrong.
Vertigo. Ancient pick by Nexus comes a little bit out of left field. It is the Anubis Inferno ban that we were talking about, but the picks are completely jumbled up because I thought we were going to see Vertigo. We do, but at the end, not the pick of AGO. And the fact that Ancient's still there, for me, Nexus selecting it, either they've done their homework or prepared to be shocked because although AGO only win 2 out of 6, I think they're going to have a lot of tricks up their sleeve. I think, honestly, they probably do their homework here. They beat Eyeballers and Ikla, a close loss to Endpoint, a close loss to Permitter, a fairly close defeat against Prospect 69. They've played it a lot in the Los Kagutos days. Now that they found their home, they've probably put a lot more practice into the worst maps, and I think Ancient will certainly be one of them.
Yeah, very interesting though. Something that we haven't actually spoken about is these teams literally played yesterday. It was Mirage and it was Nuke. So we still have one of those games in. Nuke was picked up by AGO. They won it 16-9. Mirage picked by Nexus, which is normally like their home turf. They lost 16-5, and that gets banned out at the very end. Very interesting that AGO don't float Mirage. They actually choose to float Vertigo instead of Mirage, even though they had that great victory yesterday. Maybe just overthinking themselves or keeping Nexus heavy on their feet. A very similar veto, to be honest, from yesterday. The only difference is that obviously Ancient is picked instead of Mirage, and then Ancient was actually the one floated. So realistically, we don't have that different of a veto, to be honest. And the fact that AGO looked so good yesterday does make me a little bit worried for Nexus. However, we have spoken, we have got that stand-in. Mary is not playing, Execo is playing. However, Enzo and Arasan and Tomiko, those were the 3 people yesterday that were the main driving forces. So Mary had a good game. However, he wasn't necessarily the one that was most needed. So that does also as well go like, oh, look, does AGO... like, is this the worst player to sub out? The one issue I'm having though is Execo. He literally hasn't played a game on HTV for 4 months. The last time he played, he lost 2-0 versus Pact, and he had a pretty bad game as well. Anyways, he actually used to play for AGO back in the day. He used to be in their team, and even then didn't find the most level of success. So I'm a little bit scared for Nexus, but the fact they have a stand-in for AGO does give me a little bit more hope.
Yeah, absolutely. Freddie, you know, if you're not playing Counter-Strike, you know, on officials, you're probably playing something else. I just checked his Faceit, and you'll be interested to know he's currently on a 8-map winning streak on Faceit. But
that's always nice to see.
He's been playing so many pugs, bro. So many pugs. Probably 30 in the last, well, since the beginning of March.
30 since the beginning of March. That's rookie numbers. That's Ryan, that's rookie numbers.
No, you've got to consider he's not in a team, right? Like, he's not getting paid to play Counter-Strike right now. Like, playing 30 in the start of March, considering also, you know, he's kind of like standing in right now. You know, he's doing his own bit. Listen, man. Like, he's not a bad player. I think we shouldn't dunk on him so hard to begin with. You know, I'm a believer in this AGO side. So much so, Freddie, I usually ask you for your prediction first. I'm going to butt in. I'm going to say AGO 2-0. I'm going to say it's the repeat of last time.
Okay, I think I'll be saying the same. Also, I'm gonna go back to that 30 maps. So the reason why I say it's rookie numbers is because I played 18 in the last 3 days.
But did you have work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every single day.
That's just stupid. I don't know.
Yeah, I need
to talk about your Counter-Strike gaming.
So I actually haven't pugged like at all this year. I've been really out of it, and the addiction's kind of crept back in now. And I really want 3K elo, and it's really come back to it's really coming. It's really going there. It's like it's an addiction. But I'm in midterm at college. I've had work late in the days, so I've been able to sit here and grind CS in my cave. So that's why I'm saying 30 games isn't the most. However, what it does prove to us is that this 17-year-old, the youngster, is still playing the game, and I think he's a very individually talented player. From what we've seen of him in the past, he has he's this young gun that's going to come in and is going to try and perform for AGO like he has before, standing in. And I think this could be a very powerful team for a very powerful day for the Poles. And yeah, I'm going to go the same as you. I'm going to say 2-0. I think it's going to be a repeat of yesterday, and I think Ancient, obviously AGO understood that they're not going to be playing Mirage again. So I think Ancient probably was the map that seemed most reasonable to pick into. Vertigo was an interesting third, and I think that they probably prep for both of them. But the game is live, so all our waffling can come to an end. Ryan, this is the second game of the day. Whoever wins this will go forward like heat, and whoever loses this will bow out, similar to Mao's NXT. I'm very excited to get this one going. A 2-0 we've both predicted. Both our predictions so far today have gone awry. Let's just see if it happens.
Yes, sir. Welcome, you legends. Ancient map 1. Let's jump straight into it. Of course, Nexus CT side, their pick, AGO, wanting to start on the T side. And I'm liking the look of the Julies. It finds the opening kill. Raga does get the first, but Axeko, welcome back to the big leagues, brother. Double entry. Enzo's going to be screaming at him, dude, come back, boost me up, let's get the bomb. All of a sudden, okay, dink by Dartville. Looking brilliant. The CT side down to 2. Numbers don't favor them. HP doesn't either. Bomb is planted under the nose of Adam S, who will be beckoning his teammate. You've got the kit. You've got to get back onto this site. And Adam S with the Julies looking to open things back up. Swings way too deep. USP of his teammate baits him out. Axeko finds 3. Modo, last man left towards spawn. And Enzo will close the show. AGO win the pistol. And AGO, your favorites over at 1xBet.
You know, we were talking about us in the pregame. You know Atro, the Romanian caster who does a lot of CCT stuff. Doesn't he look a little bit like Adam S?
I can, yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe I'm pulling on some loose threads here.
Maybe, yeah. I can see where you're coming from, but I'm not a believer, you know. That's
not
like you
saying
you look like that Ents Academy player. It's like that one photo.
Yeah, no, it's one photo. You know, like
exactly.
It's like I will back it. It's one photo that we look identical, and you can't take that away. You cannot take that away from me.
There you go. So it's just the one photo.
The one photo.
Maybe it's the same. But anyway, let's roll into round 2. Of course, AGO a step up the ladder compared to Nexus. Axeko, mate, look at him go. That's 6 kills in 2 rounds, by the way. Darchville looking to close things out with a
hasn't died either.
Yeah, no one dying in the second round is very important. Nexus obviously wanting to play for the full buy, but it's AGO that, having kept these 5 weapons, play for the bonus. And I say bonus, it's literally that. Yeah, time to hang out, see what they can do against the Nexus full investment. 5 M4s, limited utility, limited Kevlar as well. Obviously, one of these players without the headpiece could come back to bite them, considering, you know, there's going to be Mac 10s and Galils in the mix-up, but we'll see if Raga can survive that threat. Round 3, AGO right back to the basics towards mid.
Ooh, fast mid play. They're not going to check the behind, though. Look at Raga stepping up strong with this M4, helped by the Orpa, who's wielding the A1S. The bomb site, however, is still in the grasp of the T side. They do trail by 2 members, but this retake isn't unlosable by any means, Ryan.
Not at all. Nexus looking to get ready for this retake. Enzo, oh, you legend in the back lines. Doesn't play discipline, but finds the first. Flashbang goes out. It's a wild flash. Blinds him and the opponent. But there's plenty of time to get the kill. Stick the defuse. No problems at all. First round conceded for AGO. Couple of kills and a bomb plot. Look at the money. T-side's chilling right now. They're in a good spot. Nexus obviously earning their first. They're going to be quite happy with that. Get a couple of drops across. Start investing a little bit more into utility. Try and hold on to what they have to begin with as early stages of map 1. Obviously, the pick of Nexus. If AGO can respond in kind and make it 3-1, they're going to be in a very tricky spot and already feel like they're a little bit winded on their map pick.
But that Smek, BTN, and Adam S have 1 kill combined isn't the most ideal thing. It's been a very quick 3 rounds. They still do win that last round out, though. The nade's not doing too much damage either. Early utility is normally a big factor in Ancient over towards the B bomb side. And it actually will be Smek who takes the majority. Tomiko finally is found. Darcherville tagged down as well. And no early immediate presence is being fought for by AGO, but they are just wasting the utility from Nexus, and they're going to pounce towards middle and cave now as the clock chimes down.
Still plenty of time. I'm liking the ideas here. Playing it slow, trying to weave your way into sort of T side control, obviously like stage 1 of cave, you're looking maybe towards middle a little bit as well, just in the mouth of elbow. Just basically trying to hold on to that information. Execo in charge of making sure no one could push down B like that while they try to take cave, and the dig goes deep, but Smek runs the issues through the veins of the AGO body as Adam S will find another 5 versus 2. T-side already barred down to a couple. Flashbang is decent. Azran was looking for his way through the smoke, and while he does find the man in pocket, there's still 4 more to go, and between a couple of them, it's going to be a lot to ask for. The bomb in elbow. I'm liking this from Enzo, because now that's an open A site for the taking, having caught the rotate.
Enzo is going to get the bomb down at least, so that's an extra $800 in their back pocket for the next round. Hasn't spotted out the CT player. Modo has the information and he's towards Donuts. Yep, gets hit by the flashbang. So the sound has just been confirmed. And Nexus, they stabilize for a second round. The players who had no kills will finally get themselves some. Smek gets 2, BTN gets 1. And Nexus even up the scoreline 2-2. AGO will just be on a half buy here, have 2,400 lost. Darcheville can drop over a AWP for the next, or they're just going to buy into it. Okay, this is bold. This is very AGO of them. This is an El Clasico for Los Cagutos.
The LK buy. Yeah, it's a bit of a wild one. I would be inclined to believe that the investment from Tomiko tells you it's a rush buy, you know, or a rush round. There you go, Freddy.
Ooh.
Using the reference from last game.
Do you want to describe what a rush is to me again?
No. Well, it's clues in the name, mate, you know. I think a blind man knows what a rush round is. Peek in. Yeah, Modo picking up some contact. Not... Oh, I was going to say, not an ideal situation to be in. The molly does not run that deep, my friend. Tomiko walks into it. Raga from Donut will pick up another. And now a 2 versus 4. Darkfield finding 1. The AWP goes wandering through the smoke. And Enzo looking for a way back in. Knows where both players are, but the USP just there to close the round out. 3-2. Nexus now have the lead.
Okay, nice. Still being kept very tight on the economy, though, however. AGO have done well in that manner. You kind of have like one player on Adam S who's got loads of money. Modo and Smek don't have too bad of an economy either. But as they buy down, it will get a bit lower. So, okay, fine. We might see somewhat of a lack of resistance. You know what? No, Darchfield just buys the hero AK. This confidence is just surging from the polls. Such a common theme you see when you see these type of rosters play. I'm very intrigued to see if Darchfield can get any impact done using the pistols almost like a human flashbang.
Tag up, Execo, bit of damage received, but Modo's AWP there to clean up shot. Smek got to be careful, Tech9 dinks him. Had a mess there to hold his hand to trade. Modo finding more with the AWP though, life's grand for him, and well now 4 versus 1, Enzo Deagle against the lot. I will note one thing, Freddy, eco round for everyone but Darchfield. He's like, do you know what guys, hold my beer. Going for the full buy, and doesn't work out. They get 1 kill between them, and that round will fall in favor of Nexus. 4-2, CT side off to a good start again.
Yeah, I didn't really see too much from that round. I'm really not a fan of their investment there from Darcheville. AGO still favored in the odds. They trail by 2 early on Ancient. Nexus already doing a little bit better than yesterday. Really struggled against the poles on both Mirage and Nuke. However, the second gun round now out. And AGO still have Darcheville on the Tech-9 though. That's going to be their main deficit. However, these Tech-9s can be brutal at close range, especially if you're taking heavy cave control.
Adam. Yeah, that's a CT in T-Spawn, 1 minute and 20 on the clock. You are correct. Nexus are indeed there. And, well, AGO have actually found the one hole in the defense, so-called, for Nexus. It's the A site through Donut, but there you go. Ragger's there to hold on. Execo finding another. 2 versus 4. Now down to 3. Execo having a brilliant start here to his return for AGO. Bomb plant goes down. Darchville getting caught out on the Tech 9. Now it is just the one pole against the core of Nexus. Smek, Modo, BTN. 3 players to roll up into this retake. And while I like the ideas from Axeco, going for the whole loop-de-loop from Donut to TT spawn and trying to get a third on the board, unfortunately, Smek way too understanding of that kind of play. Bomb will get defused, and now Axeco probably like, yeah, I don't want to peek any of that. I'll just keep holding my AK. You could have to defuse. We'll rebuy, and that is a 5th on the board for the Romanians.
Not too bad in total, but they will still have money out because of that bomb plant. This time, Dutchville won't be on that Tech 9. He'll have an AK.
Finally.
I mean, he's had it, just never when his team's had it. It feels like my Pugs team, like just players buying it any old moment. But he's going to have a little bit more of a conjoined investment. It's synced up perfectly now. And what is synced up is Tomiko's headshot. He takes a bucket load of damage, but it's worth it. Modo's had a great game so far, 10-3. The AWP is singing. He's really impressed me since I've watched him recently. I think he's really been a vital piece to Nexus's victories.
Late, nicely done. Azram picking up Smek, so now the numbers put them down to only 3. Not a pretty picture to be painting if you're on the side of Nexus. That 2-man deficit has to be worked on quickly, and I'm liking the positioning from Enzo. Locks it all out. B-site for the taking. Not only that, the follow-up looking grand as well. 5 on 3 should be the scoreline now. And that is a very exceptional way to do it, Freddie. Only the one man for the job, Modo. Everything to do in this round. And unfortunately, I don't see him really being able to find much in it.
There's only so much he can do, right? Gets 2 kills in the round. Like, there's only really so much you can do. Getting, like, helping your teammates middle. Sadly, they do fall over. But he gets both kills towards B, and it just kind of diverts the team away from that site. A little bit unfortunate. AGO finally cracked the code after their opening 2 rounds. The money for Nexus just about good. So I was saying that it did get kept quite close at the start, but they do have enough for a buy here, especially with Modo saving the AWP. He won't be tested whatsoever. And a very close affair early on.
There we have it. Bomb will detonate 3rd on the board. Surprised that they allow the Modo save to happen. I would have been more inclined to believe the hunt would have been chosen, especially for like the Los Kugutos Counter-Strike that we usually see. It's like everyone just does not care. And it's a valuable gun to be saving for that CT side. Don't think they would have had access to it if he had died, or maybe just, but with limited utility. Either way, that's it's an alternate universe. And for the here and now, it's that rifle buy yet again with the single AWP setup running through it. I'm liking the ideas presented to us here, Freddie. But again, Nexus are kind of like that scenario where it's been a good stint, sure, but you're a round away from getting reset, and it's not ideal to kind of put yourself into.
AGO grouping up over towards the bomb site. They're going to be stopped by that smoke, but will it? It's not a brick wall. Lining up for the executes. Still have loads of time to go back, so it's not definite they're going to go here. And I like how they're taking a little bit of control towards middle. Enzo just throwing utility is going to mean that Raga is a little bit occupied towards that side of the map, and it means that Adames is still held there. And now the smokes come in for the A bomb site. Smoke CT, Molotov on towards default. The Molotov not going to hit BTM, but he does stand in it. A lovely flashbang from Raga allows BTN to get 2, and as AGO run onto the bomb site, they get crushed down in their place. Enzo, the whole time holding towards middle, cannot enable himself as his whole team do just quiver to the hands of the Romanians. 4 versus 1. That's a lovely stabilization from Nexus in round number 9. Push themselves to 6 and doubles the scoreline of AGO.
I don't quite know the plan there for AGO in that round. I mean, nice shot from Enzo, but the late mid lurk is not something I would have personally liked to have seen. Maybe they were just thinking in the long run, you know, like maybe someone does late lurk, someone does try and rotate through mid. I don't know. Either way, as you say, that's a pretty decent round to be picking up Enzo gets another before his exit, and round, yeah, buried, done and dusted, as you say. Double the lead, 6-3, and it's starting to look a lot more believable here. I think it's safe to say for this CT side. Nexus definitely putting up the numbers. Of course, let's not forget, Freddie, at the end of the day, it's their map pick, so you're kind of expecting it to naturally do that. Right now, 6-3. I'm excited. I am intrigued to see what AGO put up next. Of course, they are a very prolific team when it comes to the rushes and comes to sort of playing without a care. Remind me of a mini Furia, maybe.
Honestly, yeah, you have like Monte and AGO, like a little, yeah, like a little Furia. I guess you couldn't be too far off from that. Similar with Viperio. He's like little, not copies, but it's the yoink and twist, taking a strategy and just putting their own little formulation on it.
Yoink and twist.
That's how I live my life, actually. I heard it.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll back that. Like, everything I do is...
No, man.
What? Wait, what? I'm gonna... Wait, what?
That's just out of context. It's outrageous, Freddie.
I'm so confused what you're on about. Like, take an idea, yoink it, and then twist it.
Sure, the PG version of what you meant. All right, no worries.
Wait.
5v5, yeah, okay, cover it up. It's okay, man. Round 10, 50 seconds left. Triple stack towards B. And AGO looking for it. Nice molly from Darcheville, but the shot from Execo even better. And all of a sudden, Freddie, man, disadvantage turned on its head. Moto will find Execo looking for the entry path out from Cave, but again, struggling to believe right now what they can do. Deficit is massive. 1 versus 4. Tomiko will find the closer of this round. Very, very impressed by the performance here. The turnaround, yet again, AGO talking about it. Pick up the pace, and they deliver.
Also reset the economy of Nexus. They have no loss bonus. They're going to be on a full eco here. AGO, actually, they'll be against a force buy, but it's a really weird force buy. So AGO kind of guaranteed right now 6-6 if they win this round. And I just want to confirm what I said, by the way. Yoink and twist. You take an idea, so you yoink the idea, and then you twist it and put your own little groove on it, and that's what I mean. Yeah.
Okay. All right. For sure. Fair enough. I believe you now. Round 11 starts with fireworks for Enzo. BTN caught in the crossfire, unfortunately for him. It's going to be a very difficult day in the office for get back into. Of course, this is a forced investment, trying to get back into this game, stop the deficit being so outrageous. A minute and 20 left, 3 versus 4. It's not ideal, but it certainly is doable. Yeah. Side, regroup, out towards B. Bomb picked up, no worries at all. Think they're going to be very happy with the result at hand here. Well, a pretty easy round for them to be picking up after the bonus. And as you can see, Tomiko finding Raga. It's just Modo and Adames left.
Am I wrong in saying, Ryan, that Mary is the AWPer for AGO as well? I think he might. I think he is. So I'm interested to see who's going to pick it up if they do.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But then again, on Ancient,
you don't necessarily need one. Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that the AWP is not a requirement.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I agree.
On the T side, so I don't know. Maybe that's the case.
Similar with Nuke as well. Like very viable, just to do 5 rifles the whole time. And it's working out so far, right? You got Execo, who's having a great game, 10-7. He had a great start, 6-0 on the second round. So I guess in a context, you can say he has slowed down a little bit after going 4-7 in a way after that. But it doesn't matter too much because they are about to even up 6-6. And a close one, really capitulating what Ancient is all about. Very dissimilar to what we saw this morning on the first game. And Nexus, they're going to be on the eco with a saved AK on Adames, saved Scout on Modo, no armor on anyone else but Adames, 2 USPs on Raga and nade on Adames, and just USPs really across the board, isn't it? AGO is going to look pretty easy for them, and it should anyways. Try and do this one as clean as possible, but Adames with the rifle, that's a good start. He won't get anything more, though, for his troubles, and Hassan is just going to put an end to this madness. What a shot from Tomiko, and an equally great shot from Modo. So crispy across the board, but a 3 versus 2. AGO, they really don't want to be losing any more players here.
I think they're more cautious of giving up the gun, though. They understand that obviously Nexus took an eco here, so if they can get away with an AK, absolutely will. And as you can see, Smek there just to kind of scoop it up, take it to safety. Modo still keeping the scout, wondering if going to be any upgrades for him. Ultimately, Nexus now, instead of sending it in and trying to do the damage, thinking more for the save, more for the future of the CT side economy. Smek, Modo, nicely done. I guess the kill between them is good enough. But that does mean 6 on the board for AGO, and, well, one of the players already dropped. 1 more to go. Hunt, never going to happen in time. Smek, oh my word. Yeah, be careful, guys. The bomb radius on this map is like Inferno. Even on the other side of the map, you're more than likely to take damage, and nearly getting punished for it yet again. But it is 6-6. The tail end of this first half, a difference maker for both teams.
Gun run back out for Nexus. This is a very big one for them because, again, their money's quite low. So they've only got 2,400, which means this buy even now is pretty weak across the board with not much utility apart from Smek, who has that saved AK. So AGO, they have a good place here to win this one and then still be against a pretty low buy. And that's a great first kill. Loads of utility being brought down as well. And with 4 players towards the B bomb site, now only 3, now only 2, Execo has got support from Tomiko. This is a great round so far from AGO. They're just going to go towards B. There's still 2 players there, but I actually don't think it really matters too much.
No, as long as they just play for trades, it should be all right. Smoke goes in. That's going to block off a lot of vision. Execo through the smoke. Enzo will find the follow-up through the wall. It's all funky kills that are happening in the feed. And ultimately, Nexus, they don't see a player, but both players drop for the B site. And Raga, the last man standing out towards Red Room, probably wants to keep hold of his M4. I'd like to say, first and foremost, Freddie, there is no diversifying the default for AGO. It's heavy B every round, and the fact that we lose 2 players so early on to it as well, criminal stuff. Nexus either need to take control elsewhere or press the issues and put more power towards B, because they're kind of in the middle ground where they're looking for mid, but they're kind of like trying to dabble in towards A, and then obviously, you've got like a couple of players trying to attempt cave on B as well. It's just all too much, in my opinion. I think you just got to strip it down. Either you take B or you take mid. And not to mention, AGO haven't really been a prolific team in terms of mid control. So, I don't know. I'd like to see something different, but either way, it's going to have to wait around. As short, the M4 gets saved, but everyone around it will have to be on pistols.
Yeah, so the fact they had the read, though. Like, they actually, like, they didn't have to push, and they just kind of go 1 by 1. Smek dies with all the util in cave.
Yeah.
Honestly, just a really bad round all in all for the Romanians. And this round's looking a little bit more rough as well, as they don't have the money to fully invest. You're going to have like Deagle armor, the saved M4, SMG on Smek. Nothing really too much to write home about. Still a dangerous buy in its own right. However, AGO, if they can dispatch with the AK, well, the rifles in such ease, I assume they're going to try to do the same here. Another 3-man stack towards B, a push towards the A bomb site. I do like this towards A, however, they are being held by Enzo, and that's always a scary feat to have. Yeah.
Expected, but the problem is that's your like one saved gun, the one like if in this round for Nexus. Already removing him down to a very healthy man advantage.
Okay, it's a bit aggressive.
Cut out by Adames, and yeah, rightly so. You're putting it out, Freddie. That was it needed? Was it necessary? Yeah, maybe not, but it's happened. 4v2, now down to 1. Round 14's over. This could be 8 on the board for AGO, and I tell you what, they're doing a brilliant job at trying to make it 9.
Oh, no.
Thought it was going to be a pretty cool nade, Freddie, and I mean, it was, but it just doesn't get the kill, and he does a little bit of damage.
That's a cool little one for anyone to learn. That I personally didn't because what I found with CS and what I found with like flashes and nades, Fallen is a great person to learn off. I'm not sure how much now, but like a lot like 2 years ago, his flashbang usage was. I mean, am I wrong? Yeah.
He's a good. Yeah, he knows how to set up his team. I'll give him that. But I think honestly, I'll throw a more like COVID era friendly version, and that is Bird from Sky. He was a legend at throwing utility. You watch a demo, he's going to bring out flashbangs. I think I have one flashbang on every map, Freddy, that it's called Bird from Sky Flash, and I've just copied it off of him. You just yanked it straight off him. There's one on this map, actually, and it's the Bird from Sky Flash on B, and it is hella overpowered for the entry.
Actually, that's pretty cool. I might get you to show me that in offline later, because what I find so good is that, so the Bird from Sky, here's maybe a little bit more set up, but like, going on the theme of that nade, it's like a lot of utility in CSGO is just you get the feel of it. Like you understand where it lands and you can just throw them on the fly, and that's like the most dangerous use of utility. And well, speaking about on the fly, it's going to be a rush B over towards this extremity. Execo leading the charge. They've completely isolated 2 players in cave. Moto in front of that Molotov will actually be good for the first. Can't quite get the second. The double scope is his worst enemy. And 2 quick kills coming to the flurry after losing that first. The bomb site's been secured. AGO crushing the spirits of the Romanians. And that's going to be 9 for them on the T side. Unless this very unwinnable retake can come into fruition. And over aggression and an isolated fight there by Tomiko might just give it to them. However, an unbelievable nade onto Smek and Adames is going to put them even lower down. Rag has been heard. The secondary orb, it's one of the key features of Nexus. Unfortunately, on the retake, it's making it very difficult. 9-6, a nice resurgence there with 6 rounds in a row from the Poles. Let's see if they can continue that on their opponent's map pick in the second half. Here we go. AGO 9-6. Whoop whoop. If you're a Polish fan, oh no. If you're a Romanian fan, the odds going even further in favor of AGO. This pistol round could determine quite a bit. Nexus, they needed to stay into this one. 4 players towards the B bomb site for the CT side, and the T's will be looking to crack open this hard nut to get the bomb down and win it out.
Julies, Mr. Azram, what have you got for us? Nothing. I thought they were going to go running at him, but instead it's slow. It's chilled. Start of this round, thought out maybe. Nexus delaying the B push. That smoke, or if that's, oh, it was Enzo's POV. That was, I didn't even see it change. I don't know what I was, that was all a blur. But yes, front cave smoke, nicely done. Darchville going to find the frag. Smek does trade out, and that's the Cubby player gone. Problem is in the third man with the Julies, Tomiko. He'll find one, Execo the other. The Julies actually find nothing. I thought Enzo was in for a field day. Instead, it's all damage, no frags, but it's AGO up to 10. And the Nexus map pick, their T side, starts with misery.
Bit of an understatement, I think, there, Ryan, to be honest. No bomb down, barely any success. They've run into the stack and they fall the way that most people would assume. Enzo doesn't even take any damage, so he's got an easy 350 to buy into the head armor. It's actually saving for the rifle. You got MP9, no utility. I kind of rate that, to be honest. He's going to be sent somewhere, and it's going to be towards the B bomb site, where there are going to be a lot of players here. Smek already walking wounded by that grenade, and here comes the SMG. Awesome. Not the one we were talking about, but he still makes it work. 50 HP. And yeah, this is unfortunate. Bomb's been dropped, and the SMGs, that's $1,200 already. Can they get any more for their troubles?
Nicely done, Tomiko. Gonna find Raga. Last man left for the job. BTN alongside Adames. Last men, I should say, left for the job. 2 versus 5 context is not an amazing one to take in. Darchville doing his best to shoot at the Glock, but not dink his teammate. So he actually gets tagged because of it. Nicely done. BTN up close. There's a trade always. Axeco making it 16 kills. 17, in fact, in, well, 17 rounds of CS. He's doing a brilliant job. The stand-in man is really actually surprising me with how well he's playing.
This is always so valuable. Whenever I talk to pro players, it's always like, oh, my HLTV, you know, when like, they're looking for a team, it's like, oh, but my HLTV rating is pretty bad because I you know, like from when I last played. However, Execo right now, he slams a CV down and goes, okay, look, I played 1 game this year against a team that are like are genuinely doing really well. Look at what I did. Look at my performance. Have at it.
Go. See if he can continue, of course. Molly goes in towards front cave. One in response. Azran running through the opposition's Molly just to sit a little deeper in cave. Execo, solo man, waiting towards A. Trying to pick up on the noise. BTM, Adam S. Flow. Nautical, get the boost up as well. Smoke goes in towards Donut, and he's like, damn, I've just backed up into this one. Whoa, guy close sight. Didn't expect it. The whole of A site forfeited, not to mention Ragger's found the flank in middle. Round's over. 3v4, I guess. Azran finding that kill kind of puts the retake back on. With an AWP, an AK, and an M4, I'd be screaming for a save, and I think Enzo and Darcherville were looking for exactly that. It's unfortunate Azran caught back on the cross.
I think Azran was actually trying to save as well, but he just couldn't get away. Yeah. There was no chance he gets away there, especially with Smet coming on the flank. Even though he has 5 kills, you surely can't whiff that. He doesn't even get the opportunity because Adam S, to be fair, it's a very nice shot. And the Spanish-Romanian youngster, a lot of people don't know that. He's actually Spanish, I think.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, it's cool. If I'm not mistaken, he's only played in Spanish teams. Let me fact check that.
He did play in Spanish teams, but I didn't know he was actually Spanish.
Yeah, no, I remember because so I didn't know either, and
because he played on like GTZ Bulls, right? He played Iberian Family.
Yeah, Velox, GTZ Bulls, Iberian Family, and then I guess Caronte is a Spanish team, but yeah, they are a Spanish team, but I don't know any of them. However, actually, never mind. It was Sam Pius, Defs, Adam S, David G, and Slacks. You know what? I do know them actually. I was back in 2021. But yeah, when I interviewed Alex, the IGL at Movistar at Cologne, I was like, oh, are there any up and coming Spanish players? He said Adam S, and I was like, huh? I was like, what do you mean Spanish? I don't really like, I knew Adam S as a Romanian player. And I was like, what do you mean Spanish? I was like, in my head, I was like, you know, I did our Spanish player, right? And then I went and checked and realized he actually is Spanish. That's pretty cool that he has this, like, kind of like, he has this ability to play in both regions. And he's chosen Nexus as their newest member. He's actually been one of the main reasons for their success. Super potent. And he's definitely got a very, very bright future ahead of him.
Gonna need a lot of work from him in this game, though, Freddie. It's 11-7 down right now. Looking at the numbers and the numbers only, Nexus, a lot of catching up to be done, and not a lot of time, really, to get it done in. Still got plenty of opportunities now heading into round 19. It's a full buy for both parties. It's one everyone wants to take as their own. Already see the AWP of Enzo ready and waiting. It finds the first, second frag, goes Smek's way. The AWP now null and void. The rest of the squad looking to push right out towards B. They've still got the cave control. Molly Smoke combo. That will force Azran over the Molly, taking even more damage. Execo getting dropped, and ultimately I think it's going to be a save call. 2 versus 4. Now make it 1. BTN knows exactly where the M4's at, and he's even looking for another. Not quite there, but Nexus going to be fortunate to be walking away with an 8th.
Good. It's a nice round for Nexus. Quite a few in a row after losing that first pistol round and the round afterwards. AGO, I'm not going to have a buy here, will they? They're going to be on a 5-7 to Miko. Enzo, is he going to be AWPing here, I assume? He's saving for an AWP, so I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls it out in round number 21. But Nexus closing the gap a little bit. I mean, going to 9 here. Well, they definitely will be, right? They have to be. They can't be losing against this one. And I'm going to hit you with one of my pet peeves. Look at this. You got 4 USPs and a 5-7. Why are you splitting up? This makes no sense to me. I just don't understand why on a low buy you wouldn't play together and gamble stack somewhere. As I said, that Tamika does get an unreal kill with a 5-7, but still, I think my point does still stand here.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of pick up what you're putting down. I kind of hear what you're saying. I guess the argument will be, right, as long as you, like, majoritively speaking, like, at least pair up, you'll be in a good position that you should be able to trade, right? Like, aim at head height, hit the headshot. A little different for us, Freddie, because obviously, like, we're not as good as pros are, so evidently. Otherwise, we'd be on the other end of this, you know? Well, maybe not at these teams. I'm not Polish nor Romanian, so can be there. There you go. That's why Zeus. Oh, give it to us. Go on, Smek. Just give us a little taster. What does it sound like?
Come on.
Haven't heard it in a little while, man. You know, I'm trying to hear the scream. Go on, go on.
Yeah!
Scored. AK up for a second. No, never mind. Just like a fireworks show, Freddy. All up and down. And, well, Xeco, Darchville, 2v3. I mean, it's a dumb round, but at least we had some fun in it. Oh! Okay. Maybe not.
What?
Darchville just one-taps him. Yeah, all right, no worries. Get a new mag in before he starts taking the fight. His companion is towards ramp, Mr. Xeco. Probably wanting to take a little bit of a fight here, asking, is there any opportunity for me to get stuck back into this round? Answer, unfortunately, no. And the AWP will close the show. But again, 3 kills for AGO on an eco. Fair play. Do you think they would have done that if they stacked a site, Freddy? Maybe. We'll never know.
Yeah, again, it's like, you never quite know. I think sometimes I hear the comment of, like, when you do something bad and it, like, so when, for instance, you get a FAMAS, you get a 3K, and it's like, yeah, the FAMAS is good, but it's like, oh, if you had an A1S, you might have got a 4K. I think that's an argument where it's like, and some of that is like, if you get 3 kills here, but if you stacked, you know, and like did something that's kind of like fundamentally better, you might have got more kills. Again, who really knows? Regardless, what we can take away from this is the fact that AGO get a lot of damage, and the economy is still very good for Nexus, but it's for the long term. AGO, they're playing for the long run. They want to be winning out these rounds, and they want to be slowly chipping away at the economy, and that's a great start. Darchville solo pushing down ramp. Adam S falls, and the mid hold is looking strong. Xeco back on winning ways, but BTN through the smoke will nail him. Tomiko there with the trade, back to a 4 versus 2, and it's going to be the next interaction between Enzo and Smek. The AWP rings out true. Modo, what even happened? He's there like, lads, we've played 30 seconds and I'm all alone. I haven't seen anyone.
The Modo, what have you got for us in the clutch? 4 kills required ahead of him. He's spotting out one. Molly goes in. Tomiko swings out just as he's trying to pull the AWP back into the picture and shuts him down before it becomes a threat. It is 9-12. AGO 4 away from taking the first map.
It's the first map, which is their opponent's pick as well. So I think faring quite similar to what we saw over on the CCT Central Europe Series 5 closed qualifier, where AGO won out 2-0. And the money is not looking pristine anymore for Nexus. Their last buy in their tank. A win here would gift AGO 14. Great early utility damage. And great damage in total. Xeco, oh, alongside Tomiko. These guys are on fire. They're storming through. And Tomiko stuck between a rock and a hard place. Molotov behind. 2 prodigies in front. A double for both players, and Adam S left with a deagle all by his lonesome. The lonely walk back towards that bomb is being held by Enzo, and he's going to strike a flawless round for the Polish team and an easy 13th for them.
There we have it. 13-9. Couple more chances for Nexus. Has to be an eco here. No way you forced buy, especially with double loss. Be 9-14, and then really you've only got one more buy to get yourself into the game. Your pick started to backfire. Freddy, we did see it in the last game. Of course, the map trade happened between the Mauser NXT boys and their opposition. Of course, it was Heat that took that series 2-1, but either way, you can never say never in positions like this, but right now it's not looking good for Nexus, especially when the opening kill goes Azran's way.
I think a big thing we saw over on that first game was not necessarily teams playing really well. It was, but it was a lot of like mistakes from the other team. Right now, I'm looking at AGO and I'm just like, these guys are playing really good Counter-Strike, and Nexus are as well. That's a big difference. Nexus are playing DCCS. They're just being bested. I think the first game was a big, the main theme I was seeing was maybe like bad CS being capitalized upon. Right now, it's good CS just being put down. And AGO, that's 14, 2 away now. They lead by 6. The money's looking good. A flawless, and then 3 players alive. The money for the T side just about going to buy out in this one. Modo with the AWP. Lack of utility on some players. This could be warranting a match point on their opponent's map pick.
And if it does, it'll be the map completed shortly after. All of the pennies put into this round. Swing out, Smek will find Azran all of a sudden. Looking a little more probable here for AGO because Darchfield picks up a double. The ramp push turns to nothing. Then back in both Ragga and Adam S. BTN, Moto, Smek with it all to do to keep Nexus alive here in this first map. Enzo is low, but he's wielding the AWP and the big green. Think about rotating as well because Tomiko backs up towards A, pedals towards Temple. Smek liking the idea of this. Problem is, the only place he can't see is the ramp push. And look exactly where Darchville and Axeco both go running. Second man of Enzo starting to pick up mid again, making a little bit of noise. Will be picked up by BTN or switches back to the angle on A. And it's all a game of timing, a game of cat and mouse. Who looks where at what time? Who's going to be successful in what engagement? Being picked up mid. BTN, if he swings any wider, surely, guys, we check out Red Room. We've got to be looking at Red Room because now you're going to assume it's clear, or are you? Because the AWP of Enzo's still waiting. The bomb's going to get planted. Darchville starts moving back in through Cave, which is exactly where the AWP just left, but Moto hits the shot anyway. What a crazy round. 2v3 post-plant.
Yeah, maybe a misplay from AGO. It's the fact they go for hunting for information. They find the information in the wrong areas. However, the flashbang being dodged leaves Moto in a 1 versus 3. He's already got one. He finds the second 1 versus 2. He's being pinted from 2 angles. Molotov on his body, and Execo, the stand-in, 22-12, a +10 KD, and AGO are going to be finding a 15th, smiling from ear to ear. They keep 2 alive, and the money is looking so dastardly good. 5 digits on 2, and the other 3 not looking too bad themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Freddie, one thing that I will mention, 2 words. Tactical pauses. Where have they been for Nexus?
Yeah, actually. I think I was talking to you about this. I do love a good tactical pause. I think it's so overpowered.
As long as they're well placed, you can use them to cut momentum, to build momentum, to talk through a round, to do something funky, to go for your goofy antics, right? Your silly rounds. That's what the homies call them, the silly rounds.
Silly Billy rounds.
Do something silly. Tomiko opens up with Adam S. Ragga, quick to the trigger, will trade. 4 versus 4 again. Laying down the hate towards middle. Early engagement starting to hover around as well here, but decides to retract his control there, Ragga, as his teammates find their way out towards A. And, well, they'll pass the bomb quite nicely onto the site. It is a 3v3 to see if AGO can close the show.
It's not the easiest retake, I can't lie. They have got 3 kits, good HP pretty much across the most. And an opening pick there is great from Azran. However, a quick trade onto a different member means that Azran, they know where he is. So it's pretty much all down to Enzo, and it most definitely is now, as he is in a 1 versus 2. He finds the first, peeks out, Deagle in hand, Ragga behind the bomb site, will swing on a timing, and the player who's had a pretty rough game so far finds 3 to save his team in this map. Round 25 goes in their favor. They've still got 5 more to go. The mountain, it's a long way to climb, but by each single round it is going to shrink. AGO, enough money for this one, but they're not going to have enough for the next. They're going to have a round eco, so if they lose this, Nexus is probably going to be on a 12th. So that's 6-3 then. It's not unwinnable for Nexus, but it's going to be hard because they're still pushing it to overtime. They can't do it in regulation. And Ragga going for a peek towards middle. I was talking about his secondary AWP. He tries to go for something a little bit spicy, but it's all going to be down to him just dying. Smek just running into Cave. The easiest kill Azran will get in his whole career. And AGO off to a phenomenal start here on maybe the last round of Ancient.
Crazy turn of events, as you say. 5 versus 4, earning the mid control as well. Got to be looking a little scary. Oh, nearly catching a boost. Echo really applying some force. Main objective here, I think, for Nexus was that mid control. The fact that they've lost the Cave player and all 4 players still at bottom mid doesn't exactly change their minds. A nice shot. Moto with double with the AWP. The M4 can't find a thing. Enzo and Azran, 2 versus 4. And the mid-hold dispatched of, and it might just be the same fate for Cave. Azran will fight from it. Nice first shot. Nice to backpedal on that, though, and instead play the man deficit rather than risking it all to try and win it all. 40 seconds. AWP starts to shape up towards A and try and take the defense into mold. Problem is, Azran. Oh, and he would have spotted the bomb. That's so much information. Enzo snaps back to find another. And it is now a 2v2, looking a lot more probable that AGO can find the 16th.
Azran has to do it here. His rotation isn't too close. Both of these players having a great performance, and that's the highest player out. BTN, the IGL. He's not known for his fragging abilities. Don't get me wrong, I've seen him do good before, but the bait and switch, the AWP will go and die, and the rifle will trade him. 16-10, AGO snatch away the map pick from their opponents, and now going on to Nuke. They saw a lot of success on it yesterday. Let's see if they can do it the same. Ryan, we are going to throw it to a short little break, and this could be seeing our second team go through the playoffs and our second team be eliminated. Do not go too far, because in about 10 minutes we will have that right for you on this stream.
Very complicated job, but I love simple things so much. One move. One push. One touch. One love. One click. One X-bet.
Are you sick of just opening cases? Join the events! At each event, you can find special cases from which tokens fall. Tokens are your ticket into a world of unique awards. For tokens, you can buy a skin, premium, or special balance. Try your luck in the skin generator. Also, you can leave your tokens at the token vault, and the more tokens you keep, the better skin you'll get. Add variety to opening cases with Hellcase.
The hunger for glory feeds the desire, the courage to look for a challenge, to feed your ambitions. To reach for greatness. To become the champion of champions.
Cedar Creek is where we're heading for our second map. It's the PIF AGO. It's Nuke in just a few mo's, Fred. But I want to talk about, realistically, map 1. AGO statistically never stood much of a chance, yet here we are talking 1-0 to the polls, and the Romanians are 16 rounds away from being eliminated from this event.
Yes, and I think, to be honest, that scoreline may have looked a little bit more generous for Nexus. 16-10. It felt like AGO had taken that a lot earlier on. I think those 10 rounds give the benefit of doubt a little bit too much to Nexus. And now going on to Nuke, we saw it being played yesterday, as I've been mentioning throughout the series, and that was a 16-9 in favor of AGO. So still pretty dominant. They had a very, very close affair on the T side. They actually lost it 7-8, but like 7 rounds on the T side of Nuke is unreal. And then won their CT half 9-1 in that affair. We had the likes of Azram, Tomiko, and Enzo pop off in a magical way, and especially with Execo right now, I think he's just adding further insult to injury into this roster. A big part, to be honest, for Nexus was the fact that Adam S and Moto both had a shocker of a game, so it might, I think for Nexus defense, if we can see those two superstars pop off a little bit more or just perform at a slightly higher level, they were both at the bottom of the scoreboard for the series, I think we could see a little bit of resurgence from Nexus. But I think here, Ryan, and I think we both can agree that it's probably going to be a 2-0. AGO will be looking to find their place in that playoffs for the first time in this team's history for a while. Like, they haven't played I think the Los Hokudos team, before they got picked up, really hit really plateaued, I think. And now with this organization buff, they seem to be doing a little bit better.
It's true. It is very true. I think we're going to be looking forward to seeing if these guys can make it 2-0 and really just throw this one into the playoffs as quickly as possible. Of course, there's still a lot of work to be done. It's Nuke. Nexus start on the CT side. One thing that we obviously want to have a little chat about is obviously looking at the score lines individually for map 1, right? It's BTN that goes 11-20. It's Smek that goes 8-21. Like, two fairly decent players for Nexus have had massive misses in this first map. And not to mention, right, like Axeco's return, his first game in 4 months on HLTV, he drops a 1.4 HLTV rating, and Enzo goes 22-9. Like, everyone's having some really good impact on the AGO side of things. And the polls now head on to their map pick of Nuke, a map statistically that's been unbelievable for them, with only 16 rounds away from knocking Nexus out and putting themselves top 12 in this event.
Even like Darcherville, who went 13 to 13, I can remember 2 runs off the top of my head on the B bomb site where he's anchoring, where he wins it single handedly for them. So he has these low frags, but I can find impact in them. I look at Raga, I look at Smek. Oh, actually no, Raga had a few rounds. I look at Smek and I look at BTN, even Adam S for that instance. And BTN, notorious as the IGL, he really struggles. Like he seems to be the player. He's been in this team for like 6.5 years, and he's a great IGL. No one can take that away from him. He's obviously is because he's building up these teams from scratch time and time again. But he always seems to be that little the player who struggles to frag, and I see that quite a lot. And whenever I do see him do well, that's when Nexus win, because it's like the X factor, the difference maker. But that wasn't apparent on Anubis, on Ancient, and I'm not too sure if Nuke is going to have the same happiness for him. Smek and Raga and Adam S, though, we need to be seeing more from them. Raga on that second Norp is definitely something we can see on the City side. Adam S just individually, alongside Smek as the pack players, I want to see them performing at a higher level on both T and City side. And then for AGO, just keep on doing what they're doing. It seems to be working. Don't change what ain't broke, right, Ryan?
True, it is very true. Obviously, it's a different context for Nexus now, having lost the map pick. Obviously, we saw on the first series the map trade happen, but again, I think you got to understand HO are with a stand-in. They're not looking, terrible by any means, right? They have actually been throwing up some really good performances in this map just gone, but also. You've got to understand their run in this tournament has been a little bit interesting, a little bit funky, right? Like, they're currently 2-2. They lost to Endpoint and Spirit Academy. They're fighting from the 0-2 point from the Swiss stage. And the fact that they're 16 rounds away from making it work would be unbelievable. And to beat Eyeballers, Heat, and then Nexus, like, of teams, I don't know, man. That's pretty crazy to me. We are missing a player from the server, Freddy, so we're going to throw this one to a break. When we're back, it's straight into the action. It's straight into Nuke. And Nexus, they need one hell of a recovery if they want to make this one land. I'm hearing and seeing Glocks. It's AGO's T side, and it's their game now to lose. One map to none, but their selection of Nuke leaves them 16 away from finding the series and booking a spot in playoffs. And Enzo's hitting hop straight out of ramp. It's a fast play towards lower. Tamiko will punish a late lurking out of S. And already the site forfeited. Already a 4v5. And it might be down to 3.
Wait,
on
Smack?
Unsilence of the USP. Just about holds on. Raga and Mono both finding kills. Azran here for another. The trades are monumental. The bomb plan. And it's a clutch required for the pole in the 1 versus 2. He lets them both run by and finds the first. Knows that the bomb's not exactly planted for him, but knows that Smek can't really stick the landing just yet. It's about swinging. It's a game of seconds, and he's playing for every single one on the clock right now. Has already found the first in the 1v2. Goes spamming through the door. Not going to pull off Smek, but he was never on it in the first place. Opens it, shuts the doors, knows what's going on.
Oh my God, what a play.
You are a god in your own game, Azran. A master at your craft. What a sick 1v2 to start things off on Nuke.
That's actually such a that's such a good man. That's actually such a good play. Do you remember when we were watching when it was the Astralis talent game, and I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Patty with his 1 versus 1 at the end, like on Inferno. Do you remember that when we were there both just like that is actually like the best clutch? That
best
honestly,
clutch,
yeah, like that is similar. It's like he just played it perfectly, never panics, never overextends. I think that's a big theme when people are in these positions. Like they panic, they freeze up, and they're like, oh, I gotta get him off the bomb. And he just plays it so well. Like he's so methodical, knows they don't have a kit, and he just trusts himself as well. Like he doesn't double guess himself. And he plays that one nicely. AGO taking an early lead on their T side. And Nexus, they're going to be hit with a fast A. No, they're going down vent. The bomb has plunged its way into the depths of the B bomb site. There are 3 players here, though, Ryan. 3, I say. Bomb's been dropped. Ragger's found 2. Oh, it's all come tumbling down. Oh, it couldn't get any worse for this Poles. The Romanians, they gamble perfectly. And that has to be a counterplay.
That's such a sick read from Nexus. Expecting that Azran, nice shot. Down to a 2v4. It's not a terrible situation, but the problem is all of these players. I was going to say, oh, quite high HP, but more kills found by Azran. And now it's a double scout setup into the 1v2. Problem is, 1 shot is enough to do a lot of damage, and in fact might just take him down. Darchville finding good damage. AK picked up by Modo. Adam S will loop back around, but a smoke in their way means that bomb is now retrievable. Both players sitting behind it. Darchville will pick it up. Problem is, he knows where one is, but doesn't have a clue where the other currently stands. Thinking about the Adam S location. Could he be towards ramp? Could he be towards double door? Could this just be a pincer play? He waits in dark, and I am loving that because he's going to wait for that clock to burn low. He's going to make Nexus think about an upper play. He's going to make them go in 1 by 1. Finds the third,
No.
but away at the worst possible time. Modo trades out. An exciting start here to Nuke, and the trade-off works out better for the Nexus boys. It's 1-1.
That was a really cool attempt of, like, what was it, 2v5? I think it was 3v5.
Yeah.
2v5, either way, really good effort. AGO, unfortunate. Azran gets loads of kills with the Mac 10, so he's actually going to have 4k in his bank account, so he'll have an AK smoke. The rest of his team, though, on the Tech 9s, Execo, bit of a... Oh, sorry, he does have a Deagle armor. I was really confused. Like, he was like Glock, he was like Glock armor. I was like, oh, that's an interesting one. But no, okay. 3 Tech 9s, a Deag, and a AK. The AK is going to be going towards ramp, trying to open up the map. Adam S dropping his smoke early on, trying to break the gas. It's actually allowing for Ragga to come back if necessary. It's good positions right now from Nexus, but they're going to give up ramp basically for free. And this could be dangerous because AGO, they're looking to try commit here, leaving Darchville outside.
Way, Azran, he will find 1. Modo trades out, 4 versus 3. T-side earning some respect back, though. Oh
my God.
No way. Is this going to be another force by response? They're down to 2 here, Nexus. Smek sitting under the heavens in the depths of the site and peeks out. Execo will fall. The bomb comes up onto the site itself. But Darchville will find it from the close end.
Oh,
Right
what a
with the
shot.
1v2. What a sick adjustment. Eco-esque on Cash. And that's going to be an AK picked up in a second on the board for Nexus. This game, how exciting this start is.
You can tell how scared Execo and Darcheville are. They had a player coming through mini. They should have waited a little bit longer. They shouldn't have exposed themselves to bottom site without clearing it either. You can tell they were trying to clear second vent. Unfortunately, it will be their downfall. They just needed to commit as a double and just trade out like they had been the whole round. Unfortunately, that is going to be their downfall. And AGO forced onto the eco. They made it very close. They only had one player alive at the end there for Nexus. But with no bomb plant, AGO, the money's looking quite weak. And they're going to just reluctantly hand over this eco. Damage might try to be attempted. Good kill onto Execo. He's yet to frag so far after his brilliance on Ancient. But it's still very, very early doors.
Yeah, eco, obviously for AGO. Not expecting much out of them in the round. Done a little bit of damage. BTN gets dropped. Still a 2 versus 4 though. Raga trying to swing in. Hello, anybody home? Found the door shut. No sir, you will not be coming out to the site. Turns around, 180. Easy headshot. Now just down to Mr. Enzo. 1 versus 4. Eagle against the rifles. It's not a pretty picture for the side of AGO, but certainly something they're going to be looking to get out of the way, right? It was the pistol round. You're not expecting much. Damage is okay. Mediocre. And there you go. The closer will be found. 3-1. Nexus is CT side. Off to a good start, at least.
Okay, back on the rifles now. AGO, not great utility to be fair. They only had 2,400 lost coming into this round. And Nexus, they're going to have all the tricks and the trinkets at their disposal. Disposal. Round number 5. We've already seen how dangerous they can be with 1 AK. How about with 5? A heavy lobby presence with the bomb outside with Darcheville just taking some presence there. As I said, not much utilities. They got to be careful. That's a great nade onto the back of the bomb site. However, Smeg is on the silo, so he's going to avoid all of that. But conditioning with those nades just makes Nexus a little bit wary then of playing in those positions. However, look at this, Adam S in secret. A good flashbang here from Raga or from Modo. He doesn't have one. No one has a flashbang. He needs to get flashed in. This could be so huge if he peeks up. They all lined up and they're all going towards mini right now, but Raga's going to be the first to fall.
Oh no, Adam S thought he had ultimate timing instead. Darcheville reads into it. Tamiko will find BTN and it's all on Smek. 1 versus 4. Yet again, another clutch scenario. What an interesting start. A quirky beginning here, Tanuke, and it continues on even into round 5. Smek's clutch. He's definitely going to give it a go. Problem is he's being circled from every which angle. And even if the bomb peaks and dies, there should always be a trade. And there you go. There's the first.
Yeah.
And as expected, the response is there. Bomb plant. Will it be included for the end of the round? No.
Yes.
Oh, it will.
Extra 350, is it?
300. Come on.
300. Man, come off it. 300
for the plant, 800 for the round. You get more money for the bomb detonating than winning by elimination. There you go.
Yeah.
T-side facts.
So that's the 350, isn't it? Isn't it 3,300 if you win from the bomb being planted, and then 3,350 for the bomb being detonated or something like that? It's not much, but it is a little bit, I
I
think.
think it's 2,900 to 3,250, if I'm not mistaken.
You could be correct. I need to gloss up on that, but you are correct. It's a fact that a lot of people don't know, actually. I remember when I first got told it was like it was like only at the end of last year. I was, way too late for me to be knowing something like that.
It's 3,250 for kill all enemies, and it is 3,500 for bomb defuse or bomb explodes.
So I had one of the figures right, but not in the right order.
Go.
However, right now, AGO, they had the man advantage, but it does get traded out by BTN. Raga's picked up that AWP. Him on the secondary AWP is always dangerous, so he knows how to use his weapon well. They have got the B bomb site completely for free. I don't think the city sides are actually going to even contest this. And Ryan, it's going to be a pretty easy third for AGO. Question, while I was in a little break, I saw CSGO Twitter change their banner to 5.
Oh,
what are we thinking of
funny.
that? What do you think the hypothesis of that is?
If there's 5 CTs, it means in 5 days it will be the update. No, of course, no, it's. Oh, actually, wait. When do the servers go down? Tuesday night.
Yeah.
I mean, the stars would align. I'm taking the mic, but 5 CTs.
It makes sense, I guess.
Listen, if you go on the Twitter tomorrow and there's only 4 people, it happens on the Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
But as I was memeing, take the tinfoil hats off. As I said to you earlier, like, everyone's saying, oh yeah, like 23rd, 24th, you know, March. Oh, actually, guys, it's going to happen in April. Man, I don't care. Just you know,
Just play the game.
drip feed the memes to me all you want on Twitter. But I'm waiting for that notification to come through on my Twitter. CS:GO just tweeted, and the update's here. Counter-Strike 2 or what? CS2, whatever they're calling it. 2 Counter-Strike. The number 2, not number 1 anymore.
Do you know what I think that means? That the 5 players on the banner.
It means it's still going to be a 5v5. That's what it means.
I was gonna say it's gonna be a 5 versus 5. I think I've nailed the one on the head there. Oh, BTN peeking in through Mini. That's a very early pick for AGO. The double nays doing perfection. And then Dodgeville outside roaming with his Klaneshnikov is going to find the cranium of Raga. They do get one onto Tomiko, but it's silver linings in a rain cloud. This should be a round over. They need to coordinate correctly. And Enzo spammed him through the wall. Unlucky Modo. There's literally not much you can do about that. Sit down.
Save call. Adam S. I mean, is the FAMAS really a requirement? Yeah, probably not. I mean, he could probably get the M4 half armor, you know. Be looking good. The what happens, obviously, FAMAS is there on standby, maybe to drop Modo over into the next round. I'll be fine in Steam. He will not be. Mr. Axeco gets dropped towards ramp. At least they now know he's in trophy. Second kill and an AK picked up. Let's not let this one get any more dangerous here, guys. Let's not give him more kills. 3 on the exit and keeps his gun. Adam S. Cheers, good sir. He'll be saying that's a 4th on the board for AGO. A hell of a lot of money taken away from you and a nice little upgrade for me.
Yeah, I've got a new theory coming straight from CSGO Leaks.
Okay.
CSGO official Twitter account hints at a partnership with Five Guys Burgers and Fries.
Okay. I don't know how much I want to believe in that.
I found that quite funny.
That is funny.
I think I found that far too funny than it actually is.
They did have a tweet recently. Like, I don't know who runs it, but I even DM'd him saying like, "Yo, man, like you're hilarious. Like, keep it up." Just 'cause it's nice. It's nice to have like a humor outlet, right? So shout out.
I think he
CS:GO
follows
Leaks.
both of us, doesn't it?
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
That was one of my. I think that might be one of my proudest followers. But what is very proud is AGO 4 versus 3. No, sorry, 5 versus 4 in a 4-3 scoreline heading towards ramp. Adam S has to go nuclear here, but no, Execo will tear his head off. Raga and Smeg. Dunzo.
Yeah, gotta call it quits. I think there's any denying that. Azran, he's going in back for the lurk, trying to catch off these exits. At least they know the exit path for Nexus will be towards T-spawn. Bill Darchville is he's waiting. He's getting eager, getting a little bit interested in the idea of playing for these exits. Up the ladder he goes, tapping the W key. Faster than holding shift and still doesn't make any noise. There's another tip for you Counter-Strike homies out there. Right back down the ladder he goes. So actually, taps W all the way down as well. Both players in spawn. Ragger's playing with a smoke out. Yeah, I don't know. Unfortunately, sir. Okay, the smoke blocks you off, but doesn't block the teammates. Not that it matters, Smek finds it. No one else is going to be here in time to deny it life from any of them. Tomiko gives it a go. Whatever. Life is good. 3-2. There we go. Or 3-on-2. 5-3 is the scoreline. Did the exact same thing as you, Freddie. Fell into the scoreline versus head count debacle. 5-3.
Yeah.
There we go. Life is grand. Nexus 3-1 ahead, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken, or 3-1 because they lost against the Heaven Wrap 3-2. Force brought back 3-all, lost 3-4. Yeah, it was 3-1 if I'm not mistaken. AGO now in front by a couple, and that couple could increase to a handful because it's event dive, and this time no immediate read from Nexus starting anyone towards lower. Azran, he goes late down the vent. Smek will find a double. Execo wins his fight towards lower. Molly to go in as well. Maybe thinking it's actually a fake, but no, it's for realsies. Both players caught out. Now it's just Darchville 1 versus 4. He's on the other side of the map. Stave. Unlucky, sir. It is very unfortunate.
Should be able to save. Yeah, AGO 5-4. Don't quite know how they've lost that round, to be honest. It felt like they had that one in the bag quite easily there, Ryan. So a little bit unfortunate there. The polls need to maybe go back to the drawing board. However, the fact that you even got the lead on the T side of Nuke is really impressive. If they can keep it on this kind of like 1-for-1 rounds trade, it's going to benefit them. And that's exactly what we saw yesterday versus Nexus when it was a 7-8 half against AGO. And then they won 9 rounds pretty much in a row on the CCT side. So you kind of have that issue Nexus are going to, I think, bump into if they don't start getting lots of rounds together. Now, that's a very good start, however. Tomiko running through the smoke unnecessarily will be the first to fall. Adam S getting aggressive in this one, walking into just everyone. And I think that could be round over. Modo, he's going to have to go nuclear here. The Molotov, double Molotov is going to really force him back. They haven't hurt him. He did get away without being ticked. But I think this round's looking really good. You've got Enzo coming from outside. He's going to be taking away some rotations. And then the other 3 going down ramp, where right now there is Smek and BTN, however, to try and disrupt this.
Nicely done, Execo will find BTN. Smek for the back of the site. Azran, nice adjustment. Dancing with Modo, bomb dropped. Now a 1v1. Problem is he doesn't know where Enzo's coming from. Could be from vent, could be from ramp, could be from secret. Anywhere is a possibility. Modo, I'm liking the idea. Unfortunately for you, good sir, Enzo does one better by reading into it. 6-4. And unfortunately for Nexus, the breakout chance has just been shattered.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Felt like there was a little bit of hope there. However, not to be. AGO extending their lead. Still up against the rifle, though. They got to be somewhat cautious of this. You still do have to give some sort of lenience to AGO here, because Nexus, they could be still swinging with these AWPs, SMGs, but not much utility, and maybe just a fast A push. Molotovs galore, however, aggression inside lobby is perfect from Nexus. Aggression towards ramp as well is going to drop the bomb. This is actually a really nice round. They counter the execute perfectly, and right now they're going to make sure they hold on to it.
Nicely done by Enzo, now down to 3. Oh, Seko nearly finding Smek as well. A dance towards the squeaky door. Enzo playing the game of chase. Does he know that the man's towards top hut? Oh, the information. Enzo doesn't check it out. And now it's Axeco against 3, and they should know where the bomb carrier was positioned just a few moments ago. Safe to say at this very moment in time is be a finished round. Be going their way as well. Nicely done. BTN picks it all up. So a couple of people surviving here for Nexus. A few, in fact. The wonky buys you were talking about. I mean, I wouldn't quite call it that, Freddie, but I usually call them like the pick and mix buys, you know, where it's like, what, one's an MP9, A4, A1S, FAMAS, AWP. Also works for the pistols when you're like Deagles, P250s, 5.7s. That one guy that thinks the Julies are meta on a full gun round. You know, it's all out there. Pick and mix. This one, less of one. It's a straightforward investment for Nexus. Arguably more so for AGO, because while the backbone is 3 AKs, there's actually 2 Tech 9s behind it and not a lot of utility to be working with. And already some of that shaved off in the form of BTN finding Dargeville. Ragga doubles up, but the M4 overstays its welcome. And Enzo with a chance to crack open the whole A site, but it ends in what could be tears for Nexus, because it's a 2v2 despite a handful of these players being on said pistols. Oh, no.
Nice the fact that Smek doesn't get anything. And they have a good understanding of where Modo is. Tap of the bomb. Modo, 19 HP. Still on the heavens. Hasn't dropped off. And Tomiko hands him that 1 versus 2 on a silver platter. Nexus should not have been awarded that one. And that's a big misplay at the end there. Tomiko just should have kept his gun out. If he did, he would have won it out. He hears that the AWP hasn't dropped, but he still tries to go for the bomb plant anyway. Rushing it a little bit unnecessarily. Doesn't clear all the angles. And the scores have been evened up on the board.
6-6, Nexus. Even if they win the rest, it will be an okay CT side. I don't think there's a good outcome for Nexus right now. You know, even when you're 9-6 up on the CT side, you still got to be worried because you're a pistol away from losing your lead. See? Here you go, Freddy. This is the exact example of a pick and mix. The Deagle gone. Well, okay, there you go. Exactly that. And there was a Glock in the picture as well. So, there you have it. Adam S still start taking away the pistols from the T side. Nicely done with the M4. Very nice accuracy at that. 7-6. Nexus take the lead, but now it's AGO on the full buy, knowing full well the collateral in winning this one could mean a half win on the T side of Nuke. Their selection of map, either way, I think they can be moderately happy with their performance in the first 15.
Very close affair. I feel like a 9-6 half could be very good for Nexus. And smokes outside Moto. I love this aggression. Oh, Darchi wasn't anticipated. Throwing in something a little bit different there. And that's huge. Molotov, oh, it tags them, it forced them through. The easiest kills of Adam S's life. What a round from Nexus. Just so easy. Literally, like, easy. It couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that's the round you probably want to be winning, guys. And the fact that you've just given freebies away like that. Wish I was in the server, Freddy.
Yeah, man. That's the easiest frags anyone's ever going to get. Like, it's unfortunate that Molotov, I think, spread to them, forced them through. They didn't necessarily have to go through, to be fair to them.
Difficult, really, to watch on, right? Because, as you say, the Molotov, in that scenario, the call would have just been, okay, we've got to go and push. But for us, it's kind of like, well, you've given away some very, very free frags. Yeah, it's going to be another one forfeited. I like the idea of the flashbangs, but unfortunately peaks before it plumes. And it will be an 8th on the board for Nexus, guaranteeing success at the halftime whistle. Question is, of course, 9-6, 8-7 seems to be the controversy throughout the entirety of today. You know, what's the margin looking like? Is it as slim as it's going to get, or are you going to give yourself a bit of a buffer here, Nexus?
Bit of a weird one. If they play like last round, then I think we could be going to a third map. Like, these last few rounds for AGO have been really interesting. They've been partaking in a bit of tomfoolery on their T side. You know, not playing completely coordinated. And that's a problem I sometimes see in these teams. Like, we'll kind of compare them to maybe a Midi Furia, and that's, I guess, the problem you have when the organized chaos just turns into chaos. And AGO grouping up to head towards the A-bomb site. Last time this happened, they got shut down immaculately by also a lesser buy. They didn't have a full one out Nexus, so if they had everything that they at their disposal like they do now, this could be dangerous for them. The smoke again being replenished for the event drop, still just planting seeds of despair into Nexus's head. Smek hasn't got information if they're actually down yet, and I'm looking at Enzo. He's got the full belt of utility on him. Arsan is going to be smoking towards Mini, flashing and molotoving towards second vent, and then flashing out for his team. Here we come. Smoke down. Molotov's being produced. However, Molotov's for Raga. I do like that counter Molotov, but I also like the fact that AGO have thrown the smoke and just waited. Here we go now. But the problem is Nexus have so much utility left. They're just able to keep AGO at bay. Not as much information I would have liked, though, for the Romanians. I thought they would have had more.
Smoke goes in, Molotov towards close vent. Smek has to tuck away from the flashbang, turn towards Hunter. The players start pushing out Squeaky. It's a nice job from Smek, but only finding the one. BTN lining up a double, and it's just Enzo left 1v3 to try and close the half on a high. But for AGO, it's the lowest of lows. 8 seconds left. No chance at a bomb plant. No chance at a 1v3 as BTN makes sure that sticks. 9-6 Nexus. Can they close it out and take us to a third? We'll find out in just a few modes.
9-6, the Romanians make a late resurgence there. The odds still heavily favoring AGO. If they perform like they did on their city half yesterday, no scoreline even matters. Just making it a little bit harder for themselves. Yesterday it was 7-8, this time it's 6-9. And a fast play outside for the Romanians and a smoke towards Mini. It's going to reduce Darcheville's sight line, but he's still going to be somehow able to get one. The rotation's down quickly. Arson very close, maybe a little bit too close, means that the actually P250, not even Glock gets the first kill. Tomiko being the next in replacement, he's only able to go 1-for-1. So the kills are actually in favor of Nexus until Exaco gets a kill outside. 2 versus 2, no kit. And the bomb is going to get planted on the back of that bomb site. Full information of where both T's are. And the only issue for Nexus, they have no idea where Execo is. He's coming from secret. He's making a lot of noise, doesn't care. He's trying to help Enzo, who's getting pressured. Enzo catches Raga on a timing, but can't land the shot. Execo finding the 1v1 on Adam S, but no one's able to find the kills until Adam S does. Execo, they know where he is. Time ticking down. He has to find the kills, but he just simply cannot land the bullets. So many bullets are being shot this round, and none of them seems to be connecting for both teams. And unfortunately, the standard, literally, like, how is nobody hitting a single bullet? Finally, Execo hits one, but Nexus will find the pistol round, which means they will find 10, double digits early on.
Very nicely done. Nexus taking double digits. A really sloppy end, as you say, to this round. Everyone tangled in their own gunfights, and no one can win anything out. It's like a 2v2 for the longest period of time. Couldn't deny the plant. Didn't know if anyone crossed. Enzo trying to take his own fights. Axeco making so much noise. Just a bit painful, really. Really, really painful. Well, follow-up response from AGO. Forced by Scouts, FAMAS, MP9, Deagle, 5.7. A plethora of different pistols and rifles to try and push AGO up to a 7th and deny Nexus of any staggering lead here on the T side.
Enzo, I've seen him. I can see him just bopping some heads here, to be honest, at range with the scout. Like, I can see it happening. Kind of baits in for Darcheville, right? It's a position where they either don't get any, and they both die like instantaneously, or they get loads of kills. However, because it's been just no sound, the scout is actually going to fade back away. He's going to be back in position now, but it's only the Deagle. The scout's playing towards ramp. 4 players outside. Darcheville's going to be the first point of contact. Gets the first, cannot land the second. Tomiko, though, at range. Hold on a second. What a shot with the Deagle. Azran rather. Not Arson, that's committing fire. But he might just throw Smek on fire. This 5-7, okay, it will get a kill. He picks up the Galil, and both these 2 players now coming through towards Mini. The scout dropped on the bomb site, has to land this shot, can't quite just yet. Has got support from the Galil, and the Galil will do it all. Azran, 3 kills in the round. And that's saving AGO, 7-10. Nexus, I feel like they had that. They slowed it down. They make it scary for AGO, and they force the rotations away from outside. However, it doesn't matter because the Poles still take it, and that's the round they need.
That is exceptional. 10-7. Talk about a round to get back into this game. That'll be that. Here we go. Round 18. And, how the turntables for Nexus, right? You live in your own safety net of rifles, and you know you're against a pretty low buy. All of a sudden, you just kind of get farmed, kind of get owned. Echo finding the follow-up as well. 3, now 2 versus 4 as BTN. Nice shot with the Eagle. But again, you kind of feel like this round is all for naught. Both players nearly lining up for Darcheville, his teammate and the opposition. But the FAMAS there to kind of trump all. Jumps out with the USP, spams to the body plenty of times. And I thought Azran
I thought as well. I was like,
spoils our fun.
You know what? Almost had it.
Almost.
However, AGO, they still will be continuing on their lead. Your power for Enzo and a full Glock round for Nexus. I feel like this is where we start just seeing the avalanche of rounds coming down for the polls here. Good cleanup in these last two. It was close with forcing Azran in a 1 versus 1 at the end in the second round, but that third round pretty easy. And Darcherville, all this nade's going to do a lot of damage. Yeah, it does. And the A1S is going to do even further. He has full information of where they are. Just need to be careful. A1S running out of bullets is your worst enemy right now, but the AK is here to help. Azran, ooh, he's equally going to fall, but it will be retrievable. Losing one player here, worst things could happen. And it might just mean, can the SMG actually save the weapon? I'm trying to see where he is. Yes, no, maybe?
Oh.
Oh, okay. I think he was in position, but he may have not been able to find it.
Could have been.
Unfortunate.
Ain't happening here though, Chief. 10-9. Nexus round down, or round up, I should say, but not the prettiest sight to see. It is, of course, after a pistol win as well. You thought they were in like pole position to win this map and take us to a decider. Feel like had the follow-up have gone their way. You absolutely feel that's the case. But now you're staring down the barrel of getting all tangled up in the middle of nukes. Met gonna find the opening kill onto Enzo though. A funky way to start as it's straight through the door smoke.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, I was gonna say Exaco. There was a world where he doubles up, but really nice entries from Smek there. He's really struggled on Ancient. It's good to see him back on form. Darchfield just looking to retreat. The lonely walk over towards ramp to save this orb. I wouldn't be surprised if they heard him, and I wouldn't be surprised he's going to get hunted down. Adam S will be the first target. Oh my god, bye-bye. Get out of my services, Adam S. Nexus, they find an 11th in a very triumphant way. Orb gets saved over as well. What more do you want, really?
That is a pretty good round to be winning for Nexus. 11-9. 2 to the good for the T side. And ultimately now, with their backs against the wall, AGO make a deep dive into an investment. Plunge into the deep end. Contributing every dollar they have. Pool it together. Trying to get themselves the optimal chance of taking 10 and pushing Nexus back down to pistols. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go for something aggressive. Oh, what is that from Moto? D'Amico starts spamming in through the smoke, and a bullet away from death. He just squeezes the trigger and hits the man on top of the blue box. And the orb of Enzo cut off from hell. And the circulation of the AGO rotates, becoming quite funky. Nearly Enzo hitting the wall bang. Caught a very, very impressive frag, but instead backs up. 5 versus 4. Nexus advantage, but instead of accelerating, pump the brakes, but Enzo able to catch him in the mayhem. There's a Malaya in Mustang. Execo and Darcherville hold on to the A push, and a very disjointed push from Nexus has actually cost them the man advantage. And not only that, it might just be the round. There is a lurking Adames from the heavens. Enzo's got him covered, and they know where the AWP was. In towards Hup. Darcherville doesn't show him a foot right now. There's Moto trying to cross onto the site, and he will get the chance to do so.
Wait.
And that is such good timing. They will now know. At the peak, Darcherville able to make the AWP redundant. 1v3 cut out at the first hurdle. It is 11-10. AGO survive with a couple of kills.
You know what? It's actually negative now that Nexus have won that last round, because look at their money. They did it cleanly as well, but they will be buying into it. A ragtag investment. So far, 3 AKs, a Deagle, and a MAC-10. A good enough utility to be fair to them. AGO, they win this. I think it's going to really set their sights to victory. So far, 4-2, they lead on the CT side. Looking to make it 5-2 after this round. And then up against Eco, they'll be taking the lead.
Right into the vents. Mr. Azran wants to clear out the lower site.
Bit of noise though. Oh yeah. So Ryan, yeah, he's made loads of noise. So look at this now. They're gonna hear him, and the T side is gonna explode, which they were already gonna do on the A bomb site. But apparently it doesn't matter. A magnificent hold over on the A bomb site. You still do have Moto lurking towards outside, and you do have another player inside. However, I think unless this outside player can pop off, Unless he can literally get like 3 kills, I think it's going to be unfortunate. He might catch a timing though. It all comes down to timings. Wait, there's a weird chance. I don't want to believe it. There might actually be a chance because whoa, that's exactly what's going to happen. Coming out, they go through magnificently. Oh, Modo and Raga, 2 versus 5, basically flawlessly. Nexus. They have come here to play, and they've come here to reset AGO. Now, how? How have you let that one slip?
What an embarrassing round to lose. Nexus 4 away from victory to take us to a decider. AGO ball dropped. And now look at the investment. It's terrible. 4 USPs at a P250. Hoping for something. Nice shot from Adam S. Orb, not going to be cut off just yet. Now will. Darchville finding one. Smek, he trades out with the AK. Azran, quick movement up the ladder. Bomb plant anyways. Mac 10 doesn't get cut out, but it's Ragged that gets the kill, so no kill bonus extras for Nexus. 13-10. Quite straightforward, but this is it. AGO taking eco on single loss, knowing full well this is the investment that either gets them back into this game or loses it all.
I just don't simply understand how they've lost that, to be honest. Like, I'm still in a little bit of disbelief. Yeah, I'm just in a little bit of disbelief at that. I would have never thought that this could be a contestable map because of the performance yesterday and the performance on map number 1. But Nexus, they are playing superbly. Such a strange buy here as well. I mean, we have seen them do better with worse, literally on round number 2. So I wouldn't be completely surprised if they still do take it. Smoke's being plunged outside. Azran, this time not making as much noise, not faking out anything, so he didn't make any noise, but he's going to choose to stay on the A-bomb site rather. However, Modo, there must have been a gap in that smoke, so he eliminates Darcherville. Enzo still here with the scout. Not the most ideal weapon, but he will get sound cues of what is happening. Raga now left to roam outside. Will not find anything, though. That's a huge kill from Tomiko. And they're going to try go towards ramp, and they're going to try to take advantage of him out of position, but no. Stands up so mightily strong. Nexus, I don't like the fact that Adam S went and died, but I do like this reaction. The fact that they understand that Tomiko might have then rotated ramp off again because he's like, okay, I've cleared it, calm, don't worry. A lovely play from Nexus, and this could be them again coming back from a deficit, Ryan.
Could be. Nico spots the foot of BTN. Good damage. No frag, but it's vital information passed across to the rest of his team. Being on out, nicely done. Execo will find Smek. Molly goes in towards Heaven, forcing Tomiko completely off of Heaven. Modo caught with the AWP, but somehow finding the frag. Don't do it again here, AGO. Surely not another 2vx scenario. Time against 4, bomb plant, it's going to be attempted, no chance at denial. Execo now recognized at 1 site, 1 Heaven, MP9 good damage, first kill is his, second for Execo as well. And AGO just about hold on, 13-11.
Oh, they love to play with our heartstrings, don't they? They are making this as hard as possible for themselves. I still genuinely think AGO win this out, though. I still think they are going to win this because I think they're making it difficult for themselves now, but I think they are going to come back and they're going to clutch it up against potentially the last full buy for a while. Nexus on a double eco. They're going to throw everything in the kitchen sink at this round. They have everything they want, though. Modo's having a terrific game, 25-15. He'll be wielding his signatory weapon. That is the big green. And they still lead by 2, the Romanians. This round is a huge swing round. I think whoever wins this probably actually wins out the map. And Azran, that's a fantastic start. Taking the Celestial out, dropping the AWP in his sights. Good damage to the likes of Adam S. And Tomiko's going to get tested like he did last round. Picks the wrong angle, but he still makes it work. Gets the first, and Enzo trades him out for the second. 4 versus 2, 4 versus 1. Ryan, I don't want to say anything, but I think they might win. Okay. I was going to say, like, I don't want to jinx it because AGO, they've lost worse.
Definitely. Every opportunity now for AGO to close this out in their favor. It's Glocks right now, but it will be an eco for Nexus. comparatively speaking, a difficult scenario to get out of without just taking one more against you, and that will tie things back up 13 all. Every opportunity at delivering. 13 all. Start proving that you can do it. BT side of AGO starting to maybe feel a little more confident as well. Round 26, Freddy. That's where we're currently at. There's a chance for Nexus to do a little bit of damage or pull off a massive upset. Enzo will want none of that though. First kill is his.
Ooh. Okay. I mean, oh, had a mess.
Wow.
I was gonna say, like, we don't really need to be going for these outside fights, and that's kind of why, like, the Deagles can be really dangerous. And Tomiko, I love his rotations. Like, I know we shouldn't be taking these fights, but I love how dynamic he is between outside and ramp. But what I don't love is the fact that these Deagles, what? No! How are they about to win this? Enzo, they know where he is. He has to hold them off. He strikes the first. That is the Goliath that has had a mess out of the server. 1 versus 1. Modo, the bomb. He's got the bomb's going down towards B. He's mollied heaven. I think Enzo has realized this. This could be it. Enzo's got the code, but Modo playing behind the bomb site. They've spotted each other out. The flashbang doesn't even need it. Modo swings. How do AGO keep on laying this slip? I was saying we don't need to be fighting, but goddamn, they continue to fight. And Nexus win the unthinkable round, 14-12. Heartbreak for AGO.
I just don't understand it, Freddy. Outside with Deagles, let the orb do the work. Don't contest with the rifles. Don't go pushing in. I get it's ecos, but don't be hungry. You learned that the hard way last time in the 2v5. You learned that massively in the pistol round as well. Chasing for the wrong thing. And AGO might have just paid the ultimate price. An embarrassing round to lose. And Nexus now on track to make it 16. Bam is alright. Smek doing good damage. I just don't know what to say. I really, really don't.
I'm dumbfounded. I just don't understand how, like, AGO are just so actively losing the game by their own means. Like, that round, like, why are you peeking by yourself? You win the hard round where you had, like, worse weaponry than this, and then you still throw it all away. The scout tags out a mess, who was the main detriment in the round prior. 2 players on ramp. Oh my god, Smek.
Word.
Enzo hangs around for just a second too long. Adames will deal with the second. And the B bomb site has been taken on the routes. That's match point for Nexus, and that's Nexus surviving for one more source of surviving in this series, potentially. We could be going to a 3rd map. I think we are.
We have to be at this point. AGO have, honestly, as much as I've got to be fair and honest, I'm enraged at how they've just played that. Absolutely enraged. Against the Eagles, and it's just cost them the whole map. Had every opportunity to close the show instead.
Oh, that's a lot of players.
1 more hour of this game. I mean, good damage, but there's just no need to lose your guns. You just save. Archville. Oh, double flashbang, blinding everyone, fortunately. Oh, and another one. He is a dead man walking. BTN this time.
How is he alive?
Out, finds the first. Modo trades. Azran on the other side of the map. He'll be given a chance to save 15-12. Map point Nexus.
This is just such a devastating game to watch. I just don't understand how they're I don't understand what's happening right now. This is their bread and butter. AGO a little bit complacent, it feels like, trying to force an issue, trying to go for eco frags, trying to end the game a little bit too early. Now the repercussions of all of this is a three round deficit, staring down the barrel of going to 3rd map. And you've got 5-7, 2 MP9s, A1S, and a scout. Couldn't be far from ideal, Ryan.
No, you're right. It couldn't be. Terrible buy for AGO. Any hope rests in winning the next 3 and taking us to an overtime. Otherwise, AGO's pick, once looking manageable, Slips completely between their fingertips, and it will not be going their way. Ramp push. Out looking for the damage. Execo catching Raga. Util out. Tamiko's found another bomb drop. They've got to go on a retrieval mission. 5-7 re-swinging is not the play to be making. Azran getting aggressive with the M4. BTN finding Execo in the meantime. 3-on-3 scenario. Enzo towards ramp. Waiting. Player in his crosshair. Does he choose to shoot? No. Will start to fade, and that's their cue to push out ramp. Enzo has played this one very, very passively, and that could be the item that comes back to bite them. Good tag. Couple of players now low. Looking to the left. Hits the no-scope. Chance for more. Enzo fires off again, but a bit premature. In fact, now the trade. 2v2. Bomb low. Swings out of ammunition. Darshville low. But both players on the T side, bite size,
Going heaven.
ready. Tasteful for the rifles, and indeed they will head to the other side. A foot chase from Vents, a foot chase to heaven, and a bomb plant. But a swing to the heavens means Darcheville puts BTN 1v2, and the rifles might just be enough. Gonna wait for his teammate of Azran here, but BTN
Or not.
will not find anything. Darcheville runs it solo, 15-13.
Well, they love to make it difficult for themselves, don't they, Ryan? Of all rounds to win,
man.
that's the run, right? You keep two AKs alive. It's by the skin of their teeth. Enzo does so much damage. He stays alive for so long, gets a kill in the process, and just allows and enables Darcheville there. What a time to come alive. Whenever they have it easy, they mess it up. And whenever they have it hard, they always do well. Now, they've got 5 rifles up against the full buy of Nexus. If they win this, they're going to be on round 30, looking to put it to overtime up against the low buy. Nexus, they need to keep on, they need to just make, I don't know how they keep on losing these low buys. Like, how is this game is such a wild game? I don't know what I'm watching anymore. And this could be even the last round. This could be the last round in 2 senses. Because if AGO win this, it's the last round before we go to overtime, most definitely. Because the next round is just going to be Tech 9s.
Indeed. This is it. The massive opportunity, the one that we thought was impossible for AGO, becomes highly, highly probable. Just rest on the shoulders of this round. Raga finding the opener to Enzo. Swinging. Azran as well wants to take a slice of the pie, and he does take one with him. Problem is, he's 8 points of health. Not ideal. Axeco left on upper. 2 teammates towards lower. Azran thinking, second guessing, turns his back towards outside. Yeah, mate, you just died. The place that you just killed one with. I don't know what the game plan was there, but whatever, I guess. 2v4, Axeco, Tamiko with it all to do. 45 seconds, surely Nexus don't misstep here. Surely they don't play the cards incorrectly. They've got absolutely everything. Now, AGO trying to fold the bluff. Raga, first to fall, Axeco, white turn, 1v3, Tamiko. How much more has he got left in the gas tank? A molly towards main will cut him off completely from denying the bomb. Modo, Adam S, Smek. Only got to find one between them, or posted on the angle, jiggles out. Modo finds it, 16-13. And AGO yet again fumble the bag in a round that was easier than the previous one they won. And there we have it, Fred. It's going to be a 3-mapper. I'm really disappointed in AGO and how they played that second map, especially on the CT side. There's no 2 ways about it. The question is, will there be a chance for them to get back into the series? We'll have a chat and wonder why, Freddie, after this. Don't go anywhere.
A very complicated job, but I love simple things so much. One move. One push. One touch. One love. One click. One XBet.
Tired of boring case openings? Do you always get only cheap skins? The Hellcase website has tons of options to upgrade your inventory. It's up to you to participate in giveaways, events, or compete with other players in opening cases. Hellcase, your world of expensive skins.
The hunger for glory feeds the desire. The courage to look for a challenge. To feed your ambitions. To reach for greatness. To become the champion of champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have more CS on offer for you today. We thought we were done, you thought we were done, but AGO made it so that we are going to be heading over to Vertigo. No. Nexus, they still have time left in this one to revitalize themselves, and AGO, they fumble the bag over on Nuke. A superb performance from Nexus on their T side, getting more rounds than AGO on their T side as well. Really impressive when it's like last time these guys played, which was yesterday, AGO won 16-9, and it was a really impressive showing. They went pretty much flawless on their CT side. This time, they had the likes of Modo, Adam S, and Smek saying no. Azran and Dodgefield tried their best, but after losing to Eco after Eco after Eco, AGO could not stabilize, and we're going to be heading on to Vertigo now to see who will be eliminated and join the Mountain XTs, or who will be advancing and join Heat. We're already into this pistol round, and would you look at that, Nexus back to continuous winning ways.
Oh my word, Smek
My
just
God.
found 4 in the pistol. What a good start that was. 1-0, they have themselves a brilliant lead. And that's talking about confidence. Odds over on 1xbet still saying AGO are your faves, and whether you're a believer or not, you can go check them out at CCT.gg/1xbet. And if obviously you like to partake in the gamba, you obviously have to be 18 plus and bet responsibly. But you don't like the old match betting and what have you, go check out our skins partner over at Hellcase. Same code, same thing applies, CCT. And I think you, if you sign up and use code CCT, get a free 70 cents plus 10% on your deposit bonus. I might be mistaken. Click the banner below, and that'll be all of the juice there for you to check out. Of course, gamble responsibly, 18 plus. When the fun stop. All the funky slogans that come with the gambling that actually you should take very seriously. And a serious start here for AGO, because on the T side, no bomb plant, but they decide to force into the second round here, Freddy.
Might actually just work. AGO like doing these wild and wacky plays. We saw lots of it over on the first map. However, when Smek's on fire after Ancient, he's looking out for blood. He had a really tough time on Ancient, and on Nuke, he proved his worth in gold. He's already got 4 kills in this game in the first round. The M4 in hand. The bomb isn't going to get denied, but the retake should still be plausible. All 4 players here for Nexus. No chance of a flank or anything. Oh, never mind. Adam S is on a flank. The only issue with that, though, is, right, he's got all the util. That Molotov smoke and flash would actually be really good for the retake from CT. However, he's now going to produce his kills. Never mind. Who needs a flank when... Yeah, never mind. You don't... I was going to say, who needs the utility when the flank is getting 2 kills and the other 2 will come out from CT. They only lose one player in that altercation. 1200 as well for Adam S as he gets the kills with the SMG, and Nexus, they'll be forcing AGO on an eco. The bomb plant will give them a little bit more bonus money, however, not too much to write home about. And this could be the Romanians really producing success here towards the end.
Two to 0, Nexus finding the follow-up bomb plant. I guess AGO, I would say not sensible in taking the investment, but I don't know. It's an interesting choice. Got AK, so I guess it kind of worked, but a deagle scenario for Enzo, not amazing. But here we are, round number 3. Nexus looking to triple up and start with a blistering lead, but Azran, other plans, as it's Adam S that falls first.
Adam S was a real thorn in their side on map number 2. Having him out of the server in this round early on is very valuable. A buy-up that some people would not necessarily agree with, but AGO are making it work, and they're shutting up all the haters. They're also going to the correct bomb site. The B bomb site is what most populated for the city side right now. Smek is the only defender here on A. However, if I'd ever want one player, it would be Smek. 6-0 after 2 rounds, doing his best Execo impression from map number 1.
Yeah.
And he is going to find contact, I think, on short from the Deagle. The bomb just can't be denied. So this is a surprisingly good position for AGO to be in. And Nexus, if they don't get a kill soon, might be looking to save. This time, they're not going to have a flank. I am seeing credit this time. They're going to have all 4 players coming from CT, but Darjaville just swings out and finds the first. Tomiko with 2, and Raga, now he's going to save. Just the absolute brawn from AGO. Ice in the veins, no worries about it. They go out, swing out, they're confident, and it shows.
Bomb will detonate. Round over. 2-1. AGO, forced buybacks against the wall, that kind of scenario. They do pull out on top to kickstart their campaign here on the T side of Vertigo. It's always the question that we ask ourselves, Freddie. We obviously had the chat in the last BO3. T side, CT side. I don't know. I think it's one or the other.
I think I still favor the CT side a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but I'm not convinced. I'm really not convinced that either side is better. I actually think it's like very much based on the team. Like look at Team Spirit Academy, for example, when they play these tournaments and when they get stuck in on Vertigo, like they roll on the T side, and that's just because they're confident in their players and they know how to use their pieces. So I think it actually very much depends on the team that you have and how the IGL system is on the T side.
Completely agree, actually. That's a very good point there, Ryan.
Thanks, man.
No worries. Anyways, AGO, they're looking to kind of prove your point in the reality, I guess. However, Smek is going to have a few things to say about it. Oh my god. How is he able to get 3 there? The fact that Modo and BTN are even the ones to get it, I'd be less annoyed if Modo and BTN got killed. But it's the SMG getting 3, $1,800 in his back pocket for starters. But a 2v2 is what they are most looking at right now in this round. The bomb is going to try and get planted. Adam S will be able to nade and just do a little bit of damage. Azram is going to take a chunk there. Yeah, it's 50 off the board. That's really important. A great flashbang leaves Enzo in a 1 versus 2. Can't hold the spray. And the SMGs, well, it's their round. 2,400 in total for the SMGs. Worth of kills. And a 3rd for Nexus. AGO can't stabilize. Very, very similar to what we saw on Nuke.
Three to 1. Nexus looking better. It's going to be a fun one to watch, obviously. AGO's money back down to 0, and they've invested every penny they have into this round. Which, understandably so, Freddie. You know, when you're so close, it's an early swing round. Nicely done. Smek, Azran, both getting kills. The trade Even AGO with the last say. Ragga's got other plans. Really nice. Enzo cut out a middle. And all of a sudden, 3 versus 4. Next is CT side, shaping up to be something spectacular.
Yeah, really impressed so far with what they're producing to us. They've definitely come out the gate swinging here. After taking that second map where they might not have been allowed it, they will go on their stride. Azran, oh, that's unfortunate. He probably could have got the kill on Adam S and maybe even a second, but he doesn't even get a single one. Very unfortunate there. And Nexus just smiling. Okay, that's a nice kill from X-Echo. However, it's very short-lived. 3 players alive. As you've said, I'm going to reiterate that point. Nice CT side so far.
Order 1. Time ticking. AGO need to start getting rounds on the board, talking about how close it is and how marginal halves can be. GT side off to a good one. We know AGO are definitely a late burner team at times. Freddie, I'm gonna throw a lukewarm take at you actually.
Okay, a lukewarm. Okay, I'd
rate
rate
a hot
it.
One. It's a lukewarm one, and that is why the hell is Azran buying a hero AK in round 6 when they could all just save and then get an AK in the next round anyway?
We saw this on Ancient, right? We saw Darcherville buying a hero AK, and it's like I just don't see the point. It's like it's a very face it solo queue buy. I don't see the point in it personally. I think it's a bit of a bad one, in my opinion. But we'll watch it work. However, I don't think it is. He does get a kill there. However, the amount of damage... Oh, my God. You know what? I'm not going to give that to Azram. You can't help... No, that's not the AK. That's the Tech 9s. That's a misplay from Nexus. And that's AGO getting lucky with players being forced out of position by their own demise.
That'll be a second on the board for AGO. I mean, the hero bite doesn't look bad in this situation, but again, it was like Tomiko that actually does all the work. And Azran
the AWP would have died anyways. Like the AWP would have died. It wasn't. Azran didn't win them the round. I think he got the first kill, but the most important factor was just Tomiko getting all the kills of the Tech 9, and like other Tech 9s would have done what Azran did. They just maybe would have lost a player by doing it.
And there we go. Round 7, 4-2. Odds over at 1xbet. Nexus are your favourites, of course. That will change throughout this map. Oh, where's that just come from, Freddie?
Oh, what? As in, wait, what?
Did you just see that? The odds just like it was Nexus massive favourites, and now they're the underdogs. Yeah.
I don't know why they'd be the underdogs. I think. Yeah, that's a bit weird to me. I think AGO, yeah, I'm not a fan of them being in the lead. I think Nexus, I'd take them to win this one. And, oh, Smek, okay, he's tried his luck maybe one too many times here. And the SMG will not find anything. Maybe that one round with the SMG or the Tech 9s really does make a difference.
Nicely done. Numbers now level. Modo hitting one with the AWP. Straight to good. Oh my word, Modo not hitting the shot. All of a sudden. 3v3. Everything hits silent here. Shift keys held for the CTs. And as you can see, subsequently, they opt for a little bit of a gamble stack. And they're going the right way. What a call. Nexus put 2 towards B.
As the smokes come in, it might just mean Ragga's going to be in a fast pursuit as well. However, the vision being blocked means that Modo, by these flashbangs, being forced away. So the bomb site will be given up for free. Oh, never mind, the bomb gets dropped. He finds a very small angle, and the AWP will take it. He'll take it again, twofold. Exacko, the stand-in. We've seen him do some marvelous things already on this server. Can he do it again? A 1v3 clutch turned into a 1 versus 2. Taps the bomb, forces them out. Can't land the spray, has to reload. Goes to the deagle. Oh, he might just do us now. Ragga dancing around. 3 bullets left in the deagle. He has to hit the headshot, and my God, he will. We were doubting his ability going into this series, but by God, has he proved it to us. AGO take the third because of the absolute mastermind from Execo.
Good God. No words. Honestly, no words. An exceptional turn of events. A third on the board for AGO. And it's a deagle of all items that gives Nexus nothing in this round to work with. I am genuinely at a loss for words. Progression molly thrown by Execo. Flashbang to follow, was thinking about it. Opts against it. Smek runs his way down the ladder. Now 5v4. Tamiko's AK opens the kill feed in this round.
It's just against the pistols, so maybe that Tech 9 buy actually does have a lot of resounding consequences to it, right? Because yeah, this is looking a little bit scary. It's gonna be 4-4. The T side, for me, I know you might dispute it, but I think for me, that is yeah, I think for me that is definitely gonna be a big. I think the fact it's so even so early on is really favoring the T side.
There we have it. 4-4, all tied up, all square. A very, very difficult watch. I'm not going to lie for you, Freddie, because 1v3, that goes differently. Very, very different situation. Nexus struggling big time now. AGO, let's put rounds together. Of course, it was the eco that's just been dismissed, so onto the rifles for both sides. Bigger implications in this round, though, because if Nexus lose out, AGO are going to storm in front.
Good first pick by there by Smek. I think just through the smoke, yeah. Unlucky, Mr. Azram. No chance in hell for that one. Smek, ooh, gotta be careful. The flashbang's magnificent, though. He gives him the old 1-2. How the trades are good, and Execo alongside Tamiko will claim ramp, trying to find the third. Ooh, so many flashbangs, but not many bullets landing. Modo will get away by dropping the bomb. Rago and Adames flanking through behind. We've seen him pull off a 1v3 before. This one's looking a little bit harder. Spots out the first, but Raga nails the shot. 5-4. Nexus take back their lead. They do it quite cleanly and quite decisively.
Insane. Insane stuff. Excellent. Excellent business taken care of by Nexus. Round that they needed to win, they do deliver with. Round 10. Roll into it, Freddie, unknowing if AGO are going to have the bite back or if things are going to look a little different. Start of this one ends in Raga getting hit by a flashbang. Molly, well placed, and BTN forced out, meets his demise. Execo, opening kill makes it his 7th. Oh, the molly. He would have been safe behind the nade and probably kills the gap player instead. Enzo turns his attention back to it. All of a sudden, 3v5. Nexus might even be second guessing the idea of going for this round and might just want to prioritize the save.
It all comes down to the fact that if they can actually get themselves coordinated and get the boost going. Yeah. And what is doing well, though, is the bomb's been denied. Okay, this is a very weird position now because the bomb's been dropped. I think Nexus do go for this now. They're going to be careful of Tamiko. Everyone on the A bomb side is being tormented for AGO. But it might all be for nothing as Tamiko's coming from flank. Azram kills his teammate. Raga gets one as well. The flank gets initiated, but it does get taken down. Darcherville, 1 versus 2, looking to do exactly what Execo had done previously. 18 HP, and the bomb gets tapped. Doesn't fake him out. The second one won't do it either. No kit for Nexus, but now Moto's going to stick it. Oh, he's made noise. Ah, they know where he's coming from now. He's ruined it. He's bonded it. 10-second defuse. He's trying to bait them out, and Raga on boost will deal with him. Nexus get gifted the round there a little bit. Bit of a team kill going on as well. I think Azran killed Execo, and then at the end there, Darcheville, ice most definitely not in his veins, blunders the jump up, and Nexus will take the extended lead.
Bit of a shame, really. Nexus doing all right. I mean, in the 1v2, as you say, if the noise wasn't made, maybe he does get the kill. The TK was simply an overflick, I think. Like, Azran was trying to kill the player on site, but actually shot his teammate on default, and obviously he was tagged up previously because of the spam through the smoke. Either way, Raga starting things off well. CT side advantage, make it 2. Smek's going to catch off Azran, and already Nexus trying to increase their lead up to 3. Mac-10 and Darcheville trying to run him down. Does he expect a double up? No. It's a nice shot from BTN. Modo's AWP claims the bomb carrier. Doesn't check out the sandbag position, but fortunately has a teammate to trade. And it'll be 7-4.
Seven to 4, 3 rounds in the lead. They do love their hero AKs, don't they? It works. I hate it so much. Like the fact that it worked, and they're like, okay, we can do it again then. It's like, no, Enzo, you got 2 kills. Behave yourself.
He's call it out, man.
Like, don't hero AK. I understand if you're like 20 and 5 at round 12, but you're 2 and 9. Don't. Like, why? It's actually such a waste. Like, if you're not playing well, accept it.
You know what, as well, Freddie? I'll throw this one out there. I'll blabber over a little bit. And I will say, you take eco here, you lose. Into round 13, you buy. Into round 14, you eco. Into round 15, you buy. But now for Enzo, it's in reverse. He gets one less investment, technically.
Oh, but it's got to work as well. No. No, it's actually going to... No, it actually is. Okay, never mind. Okay.
Adam has crumpled the AK, unfortunately. His teammate behind him, Darcheville, picks it up.
Thank the Lord.
Ragga's there to help out. And yeah, I mean, we're not being biased here. We just didn't want us to have to eat our own words and be like, well, you know, we said it, but actually something different happened. It's a pretty straightforward investment as well. After BTN getting dropped, Nexus don't slip up. They don't drop the ball, and it'll be 8-4.
Also, it was a 2,900 loss bonus. Azran he bought down to 1,000, so he doesn't even have that great of a buy. The money's actually pretty bad because they all bought so much. Yeah, like, okay, yeah, we're not biased. It's just we're actively sitting here being like, AGO are playing such silly CS. And it's so fundamentally, like, why are you buying in so much? Because now, look, like, they should have a full buy right now. They've got 4 acres on a Mac-10, and most players have no utility. They're losing by 4 rounds, and this isn't going to help you.
Oh my
but
word,
it works.
Mono caught with the AWP out to Miko, finding another. It's looking good. BTN surviving just about from the sandbags. The Molly at his feet will force it out, force him to take bites. Finds a dink, but no kill. Molly landing at the feet of the AWPer, and the peek out. Actually, Raga, look at this aggression. You'd expect him to play a little more passive. Nexus go wandering for information. They're trying to double up. Adam S. He's sold by Raga. Baits him into taking the fight. Not going to work out for him. Now they should know that the last man is defending the A site, and the rotate would make a little more sense to be made.
You know what? Maybe I should never be on an analyst desk ever again.
Right, man.
The fact that they make it work, but they shouldn't.
No, they should not at all.
I mean, I guess to be fair, like, you just got to give it to them. They hit their shots, but how I see it is that it could have worked out so much easier.
Yeah.
But then, like, if they didn't have the Mac-10, they wouldn't have gone for that aggressive play up short. So you could always throw hypotheses in. However, regardless of all of that, we can go back to a stage of normality, kind of. AGO, apparently not in this matchup. AGO, they're going to find a 5th. 2 rounds left in this half. And they're going to be on a full buy up against another full buy. It's not great for Nexus, granted. Smek's on an MP9. BTN's got no utility after throwing that deep ramp smoke. And AGO, they could be finding a pursuit of success. Oh, no. Smek just jumps into them. Goes 1 for 1, though, however. So that's... You know what? Normality is overrated.
BTN. Flash towards Gap, doesn't catch him. Echo looking for a swing in. I've got a smoke to his name, wondering if he was going to use that in any way, but For the looks of things, his teammates have already set up for the execute, and he's going to be the front runner to the round. Adam S. Enzo, Execo next up to the chopping block. Tamiko will fall as well. Azran gets traded in the middle of the sandwich. It is an absolute meat grinder to the kill feed. Nexus finding all the frags, and all of a sudden, 9-5 could turn to 10. The investment. Oh, look at that. Darchville on a Tech 9 when everyone else is on rifles. This is the persisting issue when you insist on taking a gun when you really don't need to.
2 Tech 9s, 3 AKs for the last round and a half. AGO going to try and make this one work. It's definitely going to be difficult. But I guess we've seen them do it with worse, so you never know really anymore in this game. However, Nexus, Nexus seems to be so much better when it's against rifles. And whenever AGO plays something maybe like a little bit more out there, that's when the Romanian side seem to struggle. Which I find very interesting. It's like, surely it's kind of the rounds where you lock and load. However, a 1-for-1 over on the A bomb side, but BTN will put them in the advantage. I'll be fine. He's crying off that nade, just bonks him down. Execo.
I won't be fine.
Yeah, he's looking rough. And Nexus, double digits. More than fine for them on this CT side. You were saying it's T side, I was saying it's at least even. 8-7 probably on a CT half. 10-5 is extreme. They won their opponent's map pick, and now they'll be looking to do the same on this third map. See you soon, very shortly after the break, to see if Nexus can persevere towards playoffs.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. Second half underway in just a few moments' time. Odds, first and foremost, looking good for Nexus. In fact, looking great for Nexus. And Adam S starting things off on the right foot. Swing out Smek. Oh, Glock finding a double. 5v2, 5v1. Is it going to be flawless? AGO not even going to win a pistol. Tamiko getting run down. We'll find this one. And in fact, 1v4, can he find any more? Absolutely not. Modo has him cut out of the round. And an Nexus-shaped hole left in the AGO defense. 11-5. 5 more rounds to the finish line.
Both pistol rounds go in the favor of Nexus here on Vertigo. 11-5. The scoreline shows that. Now, with the 4 rifles and a MAC-10 up against potentially an eco. Oh my god, are they ecoing? Execo's bought a Zeus.
Good spot.
That'd be cool to have that in the HUD. I don't think any HUDs show Zeus's, do they?
ESL's does, I do believe.
Ah.
Like it's a little icon that pops up just next to the, like, instead of utility, I think, or like next to or before utility. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got the Zeus around short, and he actually might find contact, to be fair. It's not going to make a difference in the ranks. I think his teammates are just going to die around him. But yeah, here we go. BTN walking up. And yeah, really nice. BTN kind of gives himself distance, so it means that the Zeus can't actually get a kill. And 6 bullets left in that MAC-10. Doesn't get that third kill, but he does die, and it means he gets 1,200 extra to buy up an AK into round number 18, which will be the gun round, and potentially could be one of the last for AGO.
Ball 5. 4 more to go. AGO haven't taken an eco, mean they get the rifles out immediately after. I am, for one, not a believer, though.
It's hard to be.
Yeah, I don't think anyone at home can be. Consider this as well, right? AGO They were a map up, and it was 12 all on Nuke. And they're about to lose the series 2-1.
Feels bad, man.
Could have been them in playoffs an hour ago. Instead, they are watching themselves lose grip of this BO3. BTN finds the opening kill, having only taken half health for it as well. Look at the confidence swing from BTN. Tomiko did drop his teammate in the meantime, but 4 versus 3. And the Romanian pulling all sorts of strings right now. AGO don't know where they're heading. While noise is made towards mid, and the B player cuts off. BTN finding more. 4v2. Enzo, Execo, all to do. Ball by for the CT side, left in tatters in moments. And it's all to the hands of one man. BTN. What a guy. Could be in for more as well. Smek brought out by Execo, but it's more information. And the late look towards mid could prove vital for a round win here.
Quite shocking, to be honest. Like, yeah, it was such an easy round. Didn't break a sweat.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're going to save. Is that really going to produce? I mean, so, okay, fundamentally, it makes the next round dangerous. But if you put it into the context of everything, you're trailing by 8 rounds, and your gun round has just been shut down in the blink of an eye. It's child's play right now for Nexus.
This not the one. Nexus 13-5. They are running through the AGO vertigo right now. No stopping them either. 3 to the finish line. AGO go for another full buy, knowing full well this is it. Go big or go home kind of scenario. I mean, it wasn't the last. So what is it now? It's lost. It genuinely feels lost. What have you got for us with your backs against the wall, AGO? What have you got for us?
They need to show us something quite impressive. They lose this. 15 is guaranteed for Nexus. They've scrambled together by picking up from the bottom of the barrel. And they've starting off successfully. Enzo takes damage, but he still gets the kill over towards middle. Loads of space has been opened up for the CT side now. That's actually a really nice pick. And the bomb is going to be picked up by Smek, and it's going to go over towards the B bomb site, where Dutcherville and Tomiko. Oh, I was going to say maybe not Tomiko, but Dutcherville and Tomiko are looking to hold. That's a great first pick onto Modo as well.
Yeah, looking to double up from that as well. See if they can find the rest of this B attack. Nade well placed. We'll catch the rifleman down to 29. Mentioned a couple of people behind him as well, like Enzo, like Execo, both tagged up. 38 seconds left. Or we juggle back towards the bomb. Guessing this is to get the AK away from main, but even then, 30 seconds left. Do they even go for this? I'd say a save call is probably a little more appropriate. Smek will fall. 2v5. Yep, they're done. Happy calling it there. It'll be 13-6. At least AGO have something to show for their CT side.
To start in the right direction, but this is such a tall mountain to climb. And it's only going to get harder and harder. Like it never gets easier, because as they get closer, the tension's going to start rising. Of like, oh guys, we can't mess this up now. This is for survival in this tournament. Nexus looking to make back-to-back appearances in playoffs in the CCT tour across 2 different tournaments. And AGO, coming from the close qualifier, have done well to get here. However, they might just be falling in quite a drastic way, to be honest, especially after losing Nuke and then losing Vertigo like this. It's not ideal.
He's pretty well placed. Back down to 57. Smek catching the flak. Unfortunate. Someone has to do it. Double nade towards Sandbag as well. Molly being put out by the smoke, but the one-way still connects and lands in its correct position. AGO trying to hold on to what they have towards ramp.
Playing very slowly Nexus, seeing if AGO will make the mistake. I don't blame them for playing passive here. I also don't blame them for looking for a mistake, because history would dictate that the mistake would come in eventually. But no, Nexus, they don't get anything, and they will just be wasting and whittling down some of the utility. Seeing if Enzo chooses to throw that Molotov or not, he does. As the time ticks down, as the utility gets dispersed, as the boosts get set in, Nexus are going to start walking up towards the A-bomb site. Will they anticipate Azran here? That's going to be the big question.
Nicely done, Azran. He'll fight BTN, Smek's trade, 4v4, flashbang over the top. They turn. There's a secondary flash that actually catches more blind. NMS will trade. Execo holding on to his life. 1v3 for Modo. Missed shot with the AWP. 13 seconds left. And while he does find the initial, the trade is there. 13-7. Still 3 rounds away, but AGO, a platform to stand on after finding consecutive rounds.
What a round from Azran. Really nice on the boost, and then he also just simply hits his shots. Like he turns around the corner. I love the 2 flashbangs being thrown as well. It's like they dodge from one, and then Execo's is like a second later, blinds them up. And honestly, a really nice round from the CT side. It did get a little bit costly at the end, and they actually don't save the AWP, which is surprising. They choose just to go all rifles. But they forced Nexus onto an eco, Smek on a Tech 9, Raggy on a Deagle, a flashbang for Smek. It's literally all they have, and that nade, ooh, not doing as much as I would have anticipated.
Enzo, he'll find one. Execo the second, pistols getting dismissed off quite easily. And, well, with some force at least being shown from the T side. 4 players survive. 8 on the board for AGO.
5 rounds now that separates these 2 teams. However, Nexus are back on the rifles. They only need 3 to force this game over. 2 to confirm overtime.
Correct.
It's going to be a very big round, right? You know, it's a gun round. Let's see if AGO... Because I think what Nexus were doing last time is that they lost the opening pick very early on. And they just wanted to play it slowly and wait for AGO to make mistakes. AGO aren't making mistakes right now. They seem to be turning a new leaf and already off to a phenomenal start with Raga getting that nade to the face.
Ideal. Smoke goes in, Molly as well. But still going to drop the smoke on the Molotov, and he sits within it. Going to swing, good timing, find one. BTN trades. Problem is, it leaves one man in isolation towards the B side. Modo's got him covered. BTN cut out a middle. Brilliant swing from Azran. And Molotov to try and deny the bomb plant as well. And it will do exactly that. 2v3, both players sitting towards default. Adames will be tagged up, but he fights 2. But Enzo from behind will shut things down. 13-9.
Okay, now I'm starting to believe. God damn it, AGO, you've done it again. You've made me believe. Are they going to pull it off, or is this going to just be a false comeback? 4 rounds now separate the 2. From 7 to 4, that's 3 in a row, looking pretty decent. Up against another low buy. This is for securing double digits, but we've seen this literally across the whole series so far of one team finding advanced digits, advanced scoreline, and then the other team trying to come back and getting far but not far enough. The one advantage you'll have is that they're not staring down the battle of they're not staring down the barrel of if they lose a round, they lose the game. They actually have, like, the 13 is a very achievable scoreline to chase after. That's exactly what they're doing right now. Now against a low buy, it's going to be a split mid to B. Darcher being forced off. Enzo being dinked. This is actually quite a lot of space because Tomiko's all by himself on the B-bomb site. He's going to get run down. Darcherfield can't get anything for himself. Oh, Nexus, they're doing a cringer.
Don't you dare. One of these rounds, stick. And it's going to be the pistols. 1 for the job. Execo against 4. And you just do not believe that he can do it. Crazy, crazy, crazy round. It's going to be 14 on the board for Nexus. Freddie, you said you believe. What about now, man? What about now?
I love it. It happens all the time. Whenever I'm like, ooh, maybe I do believe, then the team loses. It's only a real caster's curse if it happens. Excheco, he will save. He will save. Excheco, he will save. No, oh my god, how's he? Wait, what? Oh my god.
Right, just got spammed through the wall, like from ladder.
Oh, unlucky. I don't think he did too much damage. I think Raga might have killed him anyways. Like, he would have died regardless. But the fact he has to rebuy there is actually very expensive. You can see he's only on a FAMAS and Flash now because of that. Nexus favored in the odds still, shifting a little bit after that round in their favor. And AGO, it seems like no one believes. I did, but nah, maybe not.
Round 14. It is 14-9. Bam attempted towards ramp yet again. Early doors trying to pressure down. Get the old info play going. Minute and 20 left on the clock, and Nexus want to pull the trigger prematurely towards the execute, straight out towards B side. There is a man towards default. Adamesh trying to spam with the smoke. Big damage. Darchville finding a double between the smokes. One in front, one behind him. He's only even reloading it. Nice shot from Modo. And BTN finding Tamiko. 3 versus 3. Nice from Enzo. Will find Raga. And Modo and BTN 2v3 scenario. The Orb has found a double. Maybe even all 3. Last man in towards Fallen. Or rather Coldzera. It's the place that he fell. Man to fall first, and Excheco might be the man to fall last in round 24. Modo's AWP has been on rails, looking for a 4K tap of the bomb, expecting a swing, not giving anything from it. Instead, he crouches under the crosshair, draws out the deagle. Modo got to hit the shot, draws back to the AWP. New magazine goes in. 5 chances to hit 1 shot. He'll spot him out. He'll jiggle a second time. Flashbang to his left. He'll swing from the right. Trying to catch him on the cross, miss flick. For the bomb. Start to move back. Excheco, all a game of mind games. He's 11 points of health, 1 bullet the difference. And definitely to the headpiece will be enough. Excheco will stick it, and it will be a 15th denied. AGO double digits.
Wouldn't want it any other way. Excheco with a 1 versus 2. His second clutch so far in this game. Is that going to be enough? That's the question. It felt like Nexus might have just done it. It felt like Modo had put his team single-handedly on his back and forced them into success. But for one more round, Nexus won't be able to find match and series and elimination point. The AWP is back out for Modo. The C's just about get a buy together, and the CT is kind of similar, to be honest. These rounds are looking, these buys looking very similar, and it does just mean if Nexus win this, they could be kind of stealing away the game.
Ollie forcing the AWP back, but not off the angle. Part of this round involves a bit of E pressure here for AGO. BTN, did he spot him? Oh, it seems to be so. I'll be paying attention an awful lot to that ramp engagement. Oh my word, wait. Go back to Darchville. Look at this, it's all a set trap. He'll swing out. The first is in, the second from on top. Tamiko with a double. 14, and it could be 11 against them. AGO advantage, 2v3.
It's looking so good right now. I don't understand where they've had this. Like, where have they brought this from? If it did feel like all was lost for the Polish squad, but a late resurgence, is it going to be enough? That's kind of the main area. Is it going to be enough? And I'm not too sure just yet. Modo and Smek, 2 versus 3, 40 seconds, no utility. But Ryan, if there were ever 2 players in this, I would want these 2. AWP scope. Excheco isn't going to hear it. He's all by himself on the A-bomb site, but goddamn, they'll hear that ringing through the air. The AWP shoots, the AWP misses. Swinging from short now. Head's been spotted, but Smek can't land the bullet. Can't even land a shot. He's instantly killed before he can react. Modo forced take the lonely walk over towards T-Spawn, save the AWP if he can.
A big if as well. Players are hot on his heels, knowing he has no money. Might want to go for the hunt even more, but no. They will show a little bit of respect. 14-11, as if AGO have a chance back into this game. As if.
I mean, they actually do, which is the scary part. No one would have really expected it, but AGO, 3 rounds to even it up. This is so winnable, Ryan.
Mac catching flack with the Tech 9. It's Azran that swings him. Up close, the one dink is enough, and they boost a rifle over Ragga. Having a look towards headshot. Nobody's here, guys. Wait a second. I might have just found a little bit of timing. Nexus group towards B, and understandably so. Ragga's found some really good space. He'll swing out on site, and the AWP is dropped. Down to 3 here, the CT side. Flashbang's going to be decent. The swing. Don't test the AK in a 1 versus 1. There's one headshot, the difference. And oh, Ragga will hit. They're going to do it on pistols again. They're going to do it on a half-buy again,
Of course,
Freddy.
man, of course.
What other way?
Like, why do it when you have the rifles? Why? So impressive. The mental resilience to keep on going. In a very long series. Very long series, actually. Actually, really long series. Almost like 4 hours, right?
I mean, what? We were like 15 minutes late heading out of the first series, so we're currently like 3 hours, 15 minutes, 3 hours, 20 minutes.
Oh, never mind.
I mean, including the breaks, maybe like, yeah, like 3.5 hours. But
either way, a lot of CS. It's a lot of CS, and the fact that Nexus is still able to keep on ticking over. They're not over the finish line just yet. One more surge of energy they need in this last round. 4 more rounds, to be fair, that they have at their disposal. They have the loss bonus still, so actually feels if they lose it, they can still get a buyout, for instance. The saved AWP and the Tech 9s, they make it work in round number 26. Now, in round number 27, Enzo's got their saved AWP. Execo saved an AK. Tomiko's been able to buy up an M4 to MP9s. However, the aggression towards middle for AGO is falling down at the seams, Ryan. This could be it.
1 more to the finish line. 2 more kills to the finish line. Ragga plucks off Darchville. Mid-control. Gone. AGO have just Execo and Azran. 2v5. 2 against the world. They'll make it 1. Execo, he has been a brilliant piece to stand in today. But no matter what he does in this round, it will not be enough to stop them. He pushes in from A. He hasn't even made his way off of the site just yet. He's only just in elevator and stamping around. Everyone's going to hear him. Smek will spring and Smek will deliver. Nexus will win it out 2-1, 16-11. And listen, AGO, they were a map up and they were 12-12 forced by against pistols on Nuke. And still second best. A reverse sweep from Nexus will end them up in top 16. That is a brilliant show of individual success. And unfortunately for AGO, not their day today. Freddie, I don't know whether to be disappointed in AGO or whether to be happy for Nexus. Because as much as I want to celebrate Nexus obviously getting top 16, you kind of have to look at AGO's performance and wonder where the hell it went wrong.
Yeah, and if we consider the context that yesterday, AGO dumpstered Nexus in the closed qualifier for the CCT Central Europe Series 5. So Nexus actually got denied a place in the main series by AGO. However, maybe this one's a little bit more important. AGO are not going to be progressing through to the playoffs. I don't know how they've let that one slip. There's a lot of hype around Nexus right now, and I'm starting to see why. The ability to just keep in the game. They should have been out so many times, but they kept on going. And also, that pistol round, I want you to remember they had no armor. They also lost the 2 opening picks. They had 3 people outside at range with an AWP, and the Deagle just go bam, 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 bam. And there was just so many rounds where AGO as well in that game gave it up at the start of Nuke. Nexus, so impressive. I'm really impressed by BTN's new roster. Adam S is unreal. Modo is just an absolute awesome AWPer to watch. And then you have Smek and Raga who always pick up the pieces.
Yes, indeed. And speaking of picking up the pieces, Mr. Renard, I do believe we have a new casting Joe on the way to pick up the remaining pieces of a very awkward and awesome 2-2 puzzle here in the Swiss stage. I do believe it is going to be new faces, new games, new opportunities, of course, for us, Fred. We're done for the day. But make sure to stick around. That third and final BO3 in just a few moments' time. We had to a break. We switched things over. When we are back, of course, it's that last one. See who's our 8th and final team through from the main Swiss.